Ay, can't stop, won't stop till we on top. Quit, I think not. Coming hot for the #1 spot, yeah. No key, got the game on lock, ayy. Big threes when I take my shot, ayy. On the rise and we ain't gon' drop. On the grind, it's our time, just watch.
If you want it, you can get it. Life gets hard, but don't you let it get you down. Go get the crown because our time is now.
Ayy, we gotta get it. Gotta get up, gotta go, we gotta get it. Ayy, they won't forget us. Made it happen and we all became legends. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it. We can't be contained when we leave the game. My name will remain. We don't need the fame. You can keep this chain. We broke free so things won't be the same. Nah, on the mission, gotta get it, let's work. We were raised on the net, I'm raising my net worth. But it ain't about the money, nah, it ain't about the cause. All that matters is the world knows who we are. Stars.
If you want it, you can get it. Life gets hard, but don't you let it get you down. Go get the crown.
Welcome everyone to the inaugural game of the Run It Back Moogie's VALORANT Throwdown 2025 Season 2, whatever you want to call it. I'm your host and play-by-play man, Takeshi Kawada, and alongside my co-caster, Jake. Jake, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jake Juby Goober Gustafsson, and I will be doing color.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, we've got a great game ahead of you. We've got a great slate ahead of you today. We've got a triple header, 3 best of ones, some Group B action, then some Group C action, back to some Group B action. Jake, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, so we don't know anything about these teams going into it, and we'll be excited to see what they have in store for us, how much they've been practicing, what strats they come out with. We're going to get the map pick and ban hopefully soon, but until then, do you know anything about these players, Takeshi? I believe you have some experience with YNL.
I've heard a little bit about YNL, actually. There's a number of ex-UC Davis players, actually, some ex-UC Davis Valorant players that comprise this roster. they are, there aren't any betting odds on Moogies. Well, there shouldn't be any. And but if there were, YNL would be a strong favorite to come out on top of this group. This is a roster that boasts 5 Radiant or ex-Radiant players, and it's difficult to see a universe where this team doesn't make it out of groups.
Yeah, I think definitely the biggest player to be looking at will be Bay Popper. Bay Popper was extremely popular at the UCEI Invitational for Davis, actually. So it'll be interesting to see how he does in Moogies. But other than that, I mean, do we know anything about their opponents?
Well, we've got some UC Davis, some Davis officers, we'll say maybe. Trying to get in on the fun here a little bit. On a couple of the teams, we know that. So there will be some, I don't know if we can say favorites, but there will definitely be some fan favorites, and there might be a little tiny bit of bias that we show to one of our boys, Matthew, as he attempts to play the game a little bit later today. It's going to be fun to watch. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. And just so we're on time, we should be heading into map select or Angel select soon. What are you looking forward to in this first map? Well, what even is our first map, actually? Pearl,
First
right?
map is Pearl. Yes,
Yeah.
we are going to be playing Pearl. Back to the glory days for me, at the very least. Back when I was still a human being in Valorant, Pearl was the new map, and oh my gosh, Harbor was new. So that really shows you how dated I am as a player. But with that being said, I'm looking forward to some B splits, some A splits, some straight B main execs on round 2 and round 4. Round 2, round 4, etc. There's going to be let's say some pretty standard attack play I expect to see from both teams, but it'll be interesting to see actually the defense side of what teams decide to do there.
Yeah, definitely on that defense side. I want to see Vice on this map. Vice has been a very devastating champion in VCT, and I think both teams can definitely make use of this character's util, especially the spikes. The spikes, definitely just cutting off, slowing down the attacking teams, just tempo, and letting their teams fall in for rotates.
Absolutely. Well, as we prepare to get into Agent Select shortly, we gotta thank, of course, our sponsors who have helped us very much with this one: Xfinity, Fifine, Zotac, MSI, and of course Valhalla for providing us some PCs for LAN. They're all helping us in varying capacities. Thank them, and thank you all, the viewers, for watching. We're so excited to get all of this underway for you this year. It's going to be our best one yet.
Yeah.
Oh man. And now all we have to do is we just have to wait, dude. Like, we're just waiting until the teams get into game. We've got, I mean, if we're taking a look at the lobby, we got 9 out of 10. We're just waiting on that one more. You know what it's like to wait for that one last guy.
Yep. It might be a while. Hopefully not. I know sometimes when I was coaching for Davis, games wouldn't start on time. That's okay. Every college student's got their own schedule. People are busy. It makes sense,
Whoa, wait a second. We are not excusing any amount of lateness here per se. We are a very, we're a tight ship here at Esports at Davis, obviously, as you can tell by my lack of uniform and the fact that we're casting here from our bedrooms. But we're having a grand old time here. We hope the players are going to as well. We've already had a pretty good number of week 1 games that have already been played off stream. There's been a lot of progress there. Do you want to talk about some of that, Jake, or do you want me to cover that?
Yeah, I would love you to talk about it because I can't actually see any of the matches right now.
Okay. Well, if we want to run a quick recap here as I pull over the spreadsheet, a couple of other teams, Group A. I don't know how much experience our viewers have with any of the groups or how much anyone knows about any of the groups. But with that being said, some of the early round actions saw Incognito Esports taking the win against USV Dragons. And then in Group A, Groups B and C, most of the play is going to be happening today, so you can expect to hear plenty of that later. In Group D, Bonkai starting off with 1 loss, but Chris Leftus and Kyofu are both up 1-0, so that's a pretty good look for both of them. In Group E, you've got the Mercedians and Renegades both taking down Ebom Bay, with plushies yet to play. And then in Group F, you've got Uncles and Chad and Retirement Home. I would say the odds-on favorites UNC and UNK. That's going to be fun, pronouncing Unk versus Unk later in the tournament. They're both starting 1-0 with wins over wildcard by forfeit. So we're not exactly sure the relative strength of any of these rosters, but we are ready to see what these teams have for us today.
Most definitely. As probably evidently, no chance on the 10 out of 10 soon, but hopefully we're fingers crossed going to be getting in soon. But yeah, I don't really got much else to say right now.
Wow. Who would have thought a couple of League of Legends coaches and players turned casters for Valorant at Davis after we've both graduated. So who could have possibly seen that curveball coming? Yeah, this is a pretty far cry from what we coached and what we used to talk about every day.
Yeah, I know. Right now we'd be talking about. Oh, I mean, we could talk about the meta on this map. I mean, like I said, I already talked about Vice, and we could also talk about Tejo. Do we think we'll see Tejo coming in soon?
I mean, I don't think we're going to see too much of it, but you never know. I mean, it's the new flashy toy, right? Everyone wants to use it, and there's plenty of there's plenty of agents that you can use, and there's plenty of util that you can combine with it in order to get good value out of the Tejo missiles. And I mean, honestly, any map where you can get the bomb down and play post plant, Tejo is going to be valuable. So it will be interesting to see what the teams do with it. The Armageddon clearing out all of back B or all of A site proper actually is be a pretty devastating tool. So I think one of the teams will play it.
Most definitely. I think the kit's just way too overloaded. The rockets being able to just single out any location, forcing you to peek if you want to take the damage and die, or do you want to peek and have a chance?
And it's from anywhere, right?
Oh, yeah.
It can happen across the map.
iPad.
Yeah, exactly. If you have range to smoke it, you have range to bomb it. Like, that is actually the craziest util that we've created so far.
6 big booms for Tejo.
Oh no. All right. If I hear this joke again, I will be pulling the cord from my mic and I will immediately leave the room.
Well, if he does one missile, it's 3 big booms.
Okay. Well, I'm really, really hoping that our 10th will come and rescue us so that I do not have to listen to 6 big booms ever again.
You will. If there's a Tejo fix, you'll have to listen to it every time he presses the iPad.
I'm just going to say ba-bum, ba-bum,
He's an
ba-bum,
iPad kid. Booms. He's an iPad kid. Of
that
course he's going to have 6 big booms.
That does not make it better. Just
am I wrong?
Stating facts here does not make it better, but the only fact that does make it better is the fact that we are getting ready to load into game. The first streamed game here for Moogie's Run It Back Season 2, whatever you want to call it. We are just about ready to get underway. I hope everyone is as excited as we are to finally escape 6 big booms and load into the game.
I don't think we're escaping it.
Okay, well, I won't speak to that anymore.
Yeah, and we will see what they're picking here. Hopefully we will see Tejo and Vice, as I said. But, maybe we'll see something interesting too. Eddie, here we go.
Oh my gosh, I've never been so happy to see this stinger. I've never been so happy, actually, to be loading into a game of Valorant. I mean, am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say I've never been so excited to play it while I'm casting a game for it? I mean, whatever. Banners out the window, procedures out the window, agent select not out the window yet. You are going to see the Tejo hovered on the side of Yapping Narwhals and the Vice that you talked about in pregame.
There it is, 6 big booms and the Vice and a chamber as well. So we're actually gonna have double Sentinel on the side of the Davis pros. On the other side, we do actually see Clove coming out, which is interesting. Usually Astra's the default smoker, but actually both sides opting into Clove, as we see Tejo actually being picked on both sides as well. No Vice on the side of HC, but they will be using Killjoy as their Sentinel. Still deciding between Clove and Brimstone as it appears. But interestingly enough, there actually is a Yoru and a Jet on the side of the Davis team. Yoru going to be able to just, wreak havoc on the mid side of the map, especially with the TP, being able to TP and just disrupt the backline. See if they combo the Armageddons and the bot. The bot with it.
The bot? You mean just like the little Tejo drone?
Yeah, the little hamburger. I know people refer to it as hamburger.
Oh, I did not even know that was a thing. All right, excellent.
I've seen it on a few streams.
I'm just excited to, I'm just interested in seeing, because obviously Clove, very, very strong agent, and this is my bias showing here. I'm surprised there's no Astra. I think there's plenty of map to play with. Yeah, and I'm surprised they're picking something that's so effective short range, but I think that just means that these two teams want to get down and dirty and scrap it out here.
Yeah, the post-plant utility on both sides probably a little weaker. Tejo being the only notable one, besides maybe a Breach Aftershock coming through. But it'll be interesting. Yeah, there's not very many smokes on both sides. Chloe very limited in how much she can smoke here. And both teams will be heavily reliant on it. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm expecting a lot of gunfights, especially early on in the gun rounds.
All right, well, yep, we're about to get underway. 20 seconds. What do you think, Jake?
Yapping Narwhal leaning towards the mid. There's going to be 3 going to be swinging out mid. Killjoy covering the B ramp with her alarm bot, and actually she'll be taking over mid in general with her turret on A art. So we'll see how this works out. We'll see how they deal with the Killjoy utility, as it'll be the first line of defense for Hypercharged. So we see Chamber just walking up A. This looking already like an A hit. We'll see how fast they go after spotting this turret.
Xiao was in a nice position to play off of their
turret. Spotted.
Turret goes down. Yep. Xiao's going to get dashed on. Drops back into elbow, but K-Man's already going to take down the breach on the side of Hypercharged. It's a man advantage for Yapping Narwhals already. Skyzo's going to take down Xiao. And now Kanai has a chance to push forward, but is getting forced out by the util of the Taeho. That's a lot of blasts going down on site, and it's the bomb going down as well. A 5-on-2 man advantage as Koister takes down Kanai, but gets 2 more. Koister and K-Man go down instantly, but the Moon is Sour is going to trade back Billy Willy. It's going to be all up to Fix. Can the Fix come in, or can the Fizz come in this case? He's just going to be trapped out. The Jet for Hypercharge is going to be stuck in spawn. The Moon is Sour is not actually going to have the opening kill. But it looks like Fizz is just going to drop back until he peeks back into Skyzo and is going to be shut down. It's a quick round for Yapping Narwhals. 1-0 to the attackers.
Yeah, Yapping Narwhals just choosing to execute right after spotting the turret. After a great breach, breach concuss comes through, but it doesn't really stop him at all. There's no one to swing off of it. The Killjoy goes to the back, and the Chamber actually finding the kill on A main probably just lets him have a free sight as the rockets came through and just shoved the rest of the defense back.
And as the replay comes in here, you're just going to see the round-winning kill. It's going to be like a Call of Duty death cam there as we flash back into live. 2 seconds left, 1 back into the anti-eco here for the side of Yapping Narwhals. Baypopper going to walk straight down main on the Yoru, going to clone in first. Taeho, Breach Utils is going to be traded. Fizz is rotating back. Hypercharged in an awful position to try and defend this. The Moon Sour is going to be breach blasted out of that main area, so they have to fight Flower. Not necessarily going to find it. They're going to fight Dugout instead. The spray goes a little wild, but it's going to be even trades going back and forth. Hypercharged with only a 1-man disadvantage, which they do trade back, but Yapping Narwhals a little bit too good in the exchanges. That's going to be another very fast round for them.
Interestingly enough, we don't see Yapping Narwhals go B with the gun advantage that they have. Choosing to opt into A and take the close gunfights, it does work out for them, but at kind of a cost. I mean, we see 3 go down. The Vandals will be carried into the next round that they had, but they're definitely going to be hurting on this bonus.
Well, I think that's just a question of Yapping Narwhals testing the defense coming here from Hypercharge. And also Hypercharge probably thinking, okay, yeah, they're going to play the man advantage, so we're doing a little bit of reverse psychology. 1-2 punch sort of thing, and now here comes Yapping Narwhals with the fast exec setup. It seems like towards B. There's the early smoke to get down long, but there's no one home from the side of Hypercharge. Billy's going to be the only person back, and he's going to fall back so they can play a 5-man retake Hypercharge. They don't actually have all of the info for A main, so they're going to be late on this rotate, and it's going to be a difficult retake for them, even though they have plenty of util left.
Yeah, we see Hypercharge working through mid here. They're going to be making sure that mid's clear so they don't get flanked, and we will see the retake coming through. Hopefully smokes will come down for B long, and we'll see the fights being taken.
Survival smoke from back halls is getting Taeho rocketed into. The Moon Sour is going to pop out, but he's not going to get the second kill. Kanai and Billy Willy are actually going to make it an even man advantage for Yapping Narwhals, actually, as Skyzo takes down 2 more, and he gets a 3rd instantly. It's all up to the breach of Hypercharge. He's going to get the first Baypopper with his knife out. Not sure exactly what's going to happen here. Swing out on sight. Breach takes down Skyzo. It's all up to the 1-on-1, and he has the health advantage. Breach is going to shock forward. Not necessarily going to find anything. Time's running low. Koister knows all he has to do is play the defuse. Pros don't fake, and this guy did. Unfortunate for Breach. He's going to get the kill. He's going to be shut down by the spike. Attackers win 3-0 for Yapping Narwhals, and they're running away with it so far.
Yeah, the Hypercharge is taking a little too long on that rotate, and they're having to clear out mid there. No information, I guess, that all 5 are on site or possibly worry about a Yoru TP to mid, but I mean, if you're taking this long on the rotate, I'm worried what this comp will do. If you're stacking A and worried about it, you know, there's going to be issues later down the road. I think Hypercharge need to play a little aggressive and get some early information so they can't just, you know, like walk or Yapping Narwhals can't just walk on the site like that.
And there's some nice gunplay coming through from the breach of Hypercharged, aptly named just breach. But the two smokes are going to come down on long, and you are going to see Yapping Narwhals walk down again, trying to test this defense from Hypercharged. It's a deagle eco. It's a deco only from the side of Hypercharged. They need to hit something out of that smoke, and Shao's going to take down K-Man across the map. That is the lurk taken down. It is a man advantage for Hypercharged, but it is not a gun advantage. And Fizz is going to take down the moon, so that's actually a really, really nice find. Before
Armageddon's available for the plant.
Oyster, 2 more on the double up. Armageddon is going to be invested on this round, really, from Hypercharged. Oyster's going to take down Shao, and it's all but impossible for Kanai to actually come back into this round. The rockets are going to come out, but Oyster has a nice angle, misses the one tap, going to reset, trying to get in position for this one, going to smoke off the angle. Actually, Kanai would have to push forward into a triple stack. Nice decay. No pre-fire coming through. Koister's just running in with a shotgun. Kanai's going to shut him down, though. And there should not be... Why is the Clovolt being invested here? Koister just having a little bit of fun with it. Maybe the Tejo rockets blocking Kanai out of the site. Koister's going to swing, and he is going to find the 4th. That is a little disrespectful. A bit of gamesmanship already coming out from Yapping Narwhals. But it's 4-0 to them, and they're running away with this attacker side.
I don't particularly hate the Clovolt. I mean, you're carrying over a Vandal into the next round. Their econ will definitely be grateful for it. But we see Kanai taking the early orb on A as Yapping Narwhals just kind of walk onto B again. Armageddon is used after taking the ultimate orb, but to no avail. The rest of his team actually just dead on this site. So, it looked like a good Armageddon if he used it earlier, but, after his team's dead, probably not the best.
Yeah, and maybe that's a little bit of hype coming through from Hypercharged Initiator, trying to actually make something happen after they had a nice man advantage. They traded 2 for 1 with those deagles before the play actually came in. It's another fast play, and Armageddon's going to be used on Link, but Shao's going to take down the moon, so that jet is going to be down for Yapping Narwhals. They have to disengage, even though there's good room being taken by that Armageddon. The man advantage to Hypercharged, and Yapping Narwhals actually going to be forced back at the point of attack.
So Skyzo being left along with the chamber on B long, they're just going to spot anyone who dares jump peek them. As we see Bay Popper and the Clove just working towards mid again, it will most likely be another B hit. They're happy with the space they've taken on B, and they're most likely just going to re-hit this in a few.
It's the good old-fashioned cut noise and re-hit once somebody gives you an opening. It's going to be up to Shao to not give them that opening. K-Man going to walk up a little closer. Tejo rockets are going to flush out back sight. So all you have to look at is back hall and CT. But they don't necessarily know that someone's from Link. The concuss is going to come through, and the rockets. It's going to stall out the hit again as Kanai takes down Koister. This is the best round Hypercharge to put through so far. They're going to flash through the smoke, going to get shocked by the breach. Shao, a little labored, is not able to take down K-Man, but Breach has the cover. Here comes the charge to stall out the play, but Breach is falling back with his knife out. Billy's going to take down Skyzo. Bay Popper has to get the bomb down, and the Fizz is going to take down Bay Popper. That's a team ace for Hypercharge that puts him on the board.
Good adaptation on the side of Hypercharge, placing the Killjoy on B, spotting it out, and the Killjoy actually finding one early on the exec, shutting it down completely. Yapping Narwhals unable to trade her out. So it's nice to see on the side of Hypercharge. We'll see what they do moving forward if they leave the Killjoy on B long and choose to play through mid and A. But again, just really nice round from Hypercharge. Nothing else to say.
So what would you like to see from Yapping Narwhals here, as unbeknownst to them, Hypercharged are running a 3-man stack at A?
Yeah, that I'm not too sure about. We see a default coming on the side of Hyper Narwhals, and they're just going to get so much info on B. Look at this. The Euroclone is going to clear out B back, and there's no one. So actually, wait, kind of working on the side of Hypercharged. Their stack is dissolved, and they're going to be moving towards mid.
Yeah, there's a huge fake coming through from Yapping Narwhals. All that presence has drawn Hypercharged
Shao
offside.
finds K-Man.
Yeah, that's a great find. But, Fizz actually takes down Koister. So despite that man advantage and despite the disruption, Hypercharge is in a position where they have the bomb and they have man advantage. Can Kanai take down the moon? The moon is going to hit a nice one-tap on that peak. Bay Popper just running out, knife out again, actually, making it seem like a bit of a pacifist run. The Skyzo's going to take down Shao in dugout. So now the backstab coming through from Billy is expected by the moon. Quick kill, quick dash. The last is in flower. Bay Popper throwing guns off the map. And they see the last one in flower going for the knife kill. It's just going to be the body block into the rockets. And Skyzo is going to get a slam dunk.
Yeah, definitely a bit disrespectful on the side of Baypopper, but you know, a kill's a kill, and that's definitely towards the Armageddon, so I don't know if it's too bad here. But interestingly enough, Hypercharge just rotate towards mid after the stack. They get full info that they're going to be rotating off B. And the stack was actually in position to do work, but the gunplay didn't really quite favor them there, as Yapping Narwhals just clean up the after the 2 kills early, they just clean up the rest.
You see the pings coming down on the map as Yapping Narwhals looks to run a 5-man play into Link. The rockets are going to come through just to clear out that bot. Or sorry, just to clear out that bomb, that molly. The knives are going to be thrown into the smoke from Fizz, not actually going to find any kills. So Baypopper is just going to walk straight down Con, right into the line that Xiao is holding. But Xiao doesn't actually know. She's not looking at anything. And the Moon is going to backstab her brutally. It's going to be all up to Kanai with this Bucky. Can he actually find anything? As the rest of Yapping Narwhals are just going to blink out of that execute and walk back towards the previously smoked off, but now well available B site, and they're going to reroute yet again back onto A, just trying to misdirect as much as humanly possible. Kanai's smoke is going to drop, and it's just a question of what he can find. Baypopper running around all over the map. Breach, hearing all this information, sees them walking down Link, so this is going to feed information back over to the jet of Hypercharged. Breach is going to take down K-Man on the flank, so Skyzo and friends have to be careful for that. Koister is going to take down Fizz. Running into spawn as Billy's going to take down Koister. 3-on-3, but the Moon is in position, and Billy gets one more before he's shut down by the Moon himself. Breach is going to take down Skyzo, and he's shocked in heaven. The smokes are out. Billy is running around with the Clovolt, has to find this kill to stay alive, and he's not quite going to find it. The dash forward, and the Moon's going to take him down, so it's a 1-on-2, but the Breach is low HP for Hypercharged. What can the Moon do? 1 bullet running all the way across the map, planting on A. How do you want to see him play it, Jake?
Well, we'll see if he tries to go for the kill or if he just tries to play it safe and play into A main. I doubt he'll push CT here. As we see Hypercharge coming through A, he will actually push. Oh, he's just gonna hold, I guess. As the 2 plays will come through. Art Breach ult being invested, possibly thinking about it. The correct location chosen on the side of the Moon. He's pushing into CT. He won't find anyone, as information will be gained that they are on site. See if they expect a player in the dugout.
And they both think he's main because it's not planted for him. So the Moon's going to find a massive timing. He's going to get both of them. A clutch 5K for the jet of Yapping Narwhals. A massive play to give them their 6th.
Yeah, definitely a ballsy play walking into CT like that, but it works out. Again, like the player's just not expecting a main like I thought he would. Definitely a smart play then. I guess it works out for them as timeout will be called.
Yeah, and I think that might be a bit of a tilt timeout, if I'm being honest. This round, it's just Yapping Narwhals are kind of just running all over the place, doing whatever they want. Hypercharged, having a difficult time slowing them down. And obviously a play like this, you want to cover your diffuser, but unfortunately not quite the right read. They're trying their best as the defenders try and get everything in order to see if they can equalize this half. This game is not over yet. It is as one-sided as it has seemed. The half is only 6-1. There's 5 rounds to go.
Yeah, definitely the tempo on the side of Yapping Narwhals is just proving to be too much. Being able to single out so many targets on that last round, though it was close, Yapping Narwhals just kind of walking around the map doing as they please. Hypercharged is unable to really find any trade kills as they're all singles or they're all just alone on their respective sides of the map. I do want to see them kind of group up, try to trade some kills here and there in the early rounds, and hopefully get some like early action, but it might be a little hard. They're just a little outmatched in terms of the aim, but you know, this is where the team play is deciding.
Yep, and it will be interesting to see what Hypercharged can come up with. They've come up with the 3-man stack on A again, so the cross smoke coming through from Moon is going to allow all of Yapping Narwhals to walk down long, so it's going to be up to Billy to anchor this one. He's going to jump peek, he's going to see 4 people. TP coming forward from Baypopper. Shock's coming through, smoke's coming through. He pre-fires at the clone, but he doesn't actually hit it, so the spray is good from Moon onto Billy. It's going to be a 4-on-5 retake. Hypercharged at a man disadvantage already. Do they go for it? Will they just try and save and play exits? Yapping Narwhals have all the economy in the world. A little bit of damage here isn't necessarily going to do a ton, and Moon is on one right now. He's going to take down Fizz. He's going to hit the jump too, so he isn't going to be killed by Breach. Second flash was pulled, not going to be used. Kanai and Breach are going to equalize it. Let's go into back sight. We have shocked all of it, but the players are out long. K-Man's going to take down two, and Skyzo is going to close it out. Another initiator ultimate used at man equality, and another round going the way of Yapping Narwhals anyway. 7-1 the score now.
Yeah, just too much space is being taken for free on the side of Yapping Narwhals. They get to basically walk onto site before the first gunfight is taken, and I think as Hypercharged, you can't let that happen. While mid is untouched, B long is just too long, or unironically too long of a fight for most of the guns, and just too many places for the Yapping Narwhals team to play. Hypercharged unable to take him out, but another great round on the side of the Moon.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We have run B almost every single round on attack side for Yapping Narwhals. We are going to run another B exec, and we are going to go fast. Moon's going to take down Breach. Xiao's going to trade back Bay Popper. That's a nice kill from the Sentinel, but it's going to have to be more. One more necessary and not going to find it. K-Man and the Moon giving another man advantage to Yapping Narwhals. It's 4-2 right now to try and give them their 8th. Fizz and Kanai coming through from spawn. The dash is going to come through, and the Moon's going to take down Kanai instantly. He's on pace maybe for a 40 piece at this rate.
Yeah, well, he might need a few more rounds on going the side of Hypercharge to get some more kills, but yeah, definitely just on one right now. 7-1 will be the score, and most likely 8-1 as the gunfight goes to Koister.
These rounds have been very, very fast-paced and not very, not super competitive, but there is still room for a comeback, obviously. Moon having some nice entries, Xiao with a nice kill onto Bay Popper. Not sure exactly how they were able to find that one either, so that was very nice from them before traded back by the Moon. And it is difficult because if you're Hypercharged, you just 3-stack there, and Narwhals just picked you apart anyway.
Yeah. We'll see if Yapping Narwhals decide to run it back B, as it's looking like it's going to be the same round, most likely. Killjoy choosing to put her util on A. Not sure if that's quite the idea, but smokes early on B. Not really going to dissuade the Yapping Narwhals, as they're just going to exit right through it.
Look, let's run the exact same play. It's been working. Fizz is going to dash back into cover, but Breach is going to have him there. Koister is going to trade it back, but the man advantage has been gained, and the Yoru is in back sight already. Bay Popper is just chilling right now. The Tejo rockets are going to come out from spawn, TP forward so that they can plant safe at the generator. The bot from Kanai is going to see a lot. There's a lot of suppression coming down. The defender Killjoy is going to force all the players back onto long. It's going to be up to Bay Popper and 2 flashes to call when this happens. Smoke's going to go down on the bomb so that Billy has a chance to defuse. Flash into the smoke. Flash past the smoke. Xiao takes down Koister. Skyzo trades it right back. But they're sticking. They stuck it. And they've got the defuse.
Wow.
Hypercharged with a combined 20 HP are going to take a second round from the Narwhals.
Yeah, critically, the bomb wasn't planted for wasn't planted for long, and they're forced into it by the defending Killjoy, which was a great ult and good idea by them. They knew where all the players were after the lockdown was finished, and they just cleaned it up.
And the flashes, you would have thought traditionally it was someone from that Yapping Narwhals would have gone in a little earlier into the smoke with both of those Yoru flashes. But actually, Hypercharged having the guts, the determination to stick that defuse are going to get them their second. If they can string together a couple here, we might have a game still.
Yeah, Killjoy util in the right spot this time, as they will be most likely just execing onto A. We'll see what happens here, as Killjoy is playing in dugout.
Yep, and the Moon is all the way into elbow already. Fizz is going to whiff onto Koister. That's a brutal miss, and it's another man advantage for Yapping Narwhals. Breach is getting wall-banged constantly by the Odin. Kanai's going to trade back K-Man. Xiao's going to be taken down by the wide swing of Koister. Maybe a little bit of run and gun there. A nice concuss onto Flower is going to find the last player stuck in the corner. Billy's going to take down Koister, so his opposite number clove has been taken down, but the Moon is slinging and slinging those knives. A 9th round to Yapping Narwhals. They're trying to close this game out fast.
Yeah, again, just such a free site take. They're walking up all the way to A-Vade, all the way through A main, and just walking onto site, basically. While the Killjoy util was there, it's just not enough when all 5 players are already on the site, and no one's able to do anything when your util's used. So,
Just pace, right? Just pace on top of pace on top of pace for Yapping Narwhals. They're just trying to pick apart Hypercharged by just forcing them into as many gunfights as possible. 4 Odins coming through on this last round of the half. Baypopper and friends going to look like they're walking down B-Long yet again. K-Man probably going to hold the flank. Yoru ult drifting into backside with the bomb, spotting out the Killjoy in back halls, trying to body block onto the rockets. Not quite going to find it, but is just going to maintain info on that Killjoy so that when Jet comes in with the Armageddon, they're going to combine to take down Shao. It's very, very difficult for Hypercharged to get back into this game. It's going to be a 5-on-4 man disadvantage already for Hypercharged. Fizz is coming around the flank. He spots Koister with his back turn, so then he can smoke off the util and dash forward, but he does it in the wrong order, so Skyzo is going to take him down. The flank has been denied. It's all 3 coming through from spawn side, and they broke one of the Yoru clones. He's playing up close and personal, has the shotgun, has the rifle. He's going to flash out, peek out into basically nothing. He's just going to stall for time. Kanai and Billy are actually going to take down 2. The Moon's going to trade it right back. Billy's going to ult because he has to. The Moon's going to take down Kanai one more time. 2-on-2. 1-on-2. Yapping Narwhals, man disadvantage. The spray is not going to go through. Breach is going to take him down. A 3rd round for Hypercharge. And if they wanted to make this game competitive, they had to get that round.
The bomb was halved. Oh, we have a 3-9 curse from production. So, you know, what could happen? Who knows? 20 kills on the side of the Moon's Tower. Bomb was planted for long, not quite working out in their favor, but you know, it still was a good idea. The Odin's definitely almost clutching out the round there, just because you're able to spam into that one bomb site with the Odin through the wall, most notably. Almost actually working.
You got to think if the Moon just played it a little bit slower there and maybe stayed ADS, he would have had a chance to actually take down that Clove before the defuse came through, or before it was halved. If it were halved, it would have been really, really close. But Hypercharged with a comfortable defuse, despite the Clove dying with no kill after the ultimate. That's a lot of words to say. It's a 3-9 game. This is still doable. Hypercharged need this pistol to make it happen.
Yeah, it all starts with this. This is where you get the economy booming, as Chamber will take the first fight.
Shocked off the line, and pardon the awful joke from my co-caster here, but the Moon has taken down Shao immediately. It's the 4-man stack coming
Fast
through
blink on
onto
the side of Yapping Narwhals.
Yep, Koister is going to be the tip of the spear here, and when he pops out, he's probably going to get a pair of them. Actually, he misses the timing, but K-Man's going to take down Fizz as Billy trades him right back. 3-on-4. Hypercharge need to find a gunfight right now. Kanai's going to take down Koister. That's nice. He tucks back in. He isn't not going to find it, but he is going to get cover. Go's going to take down Baypopper. Skyzo's going to trade back Kanai, and Skyzo's going to close it out. No harm, no foul. Narwhals up to 10.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they even heard the footsteps. I don't know if any of them were really looking at the flank coming through, and 3 players on the side of the flank from Yapping Narwhals just able to close out the round.
You see the pings coming through after the fact, so it looks like Hypercharge did figure out where those players came from, but this flank was so fast, there was so much to do, and the Moon actually dashing into Baypopper, running around just trying to run distractions for the rest of his team's frag. That was a little silly, but Yapping Narwhals are playing a pretty clean game so far.
Actually, interestingly enough, there is going to be a buy on the side of Hypercharged. Not wanting to give an extra round over, scrapping together whatever guns they possibly can. So we see a mid-exit coming through. Most likely going to finish A, but we'll see if their decision, if they catch Koister here.
I think they just feel so pressured, and Shao's going to be at the first point of attack. Koister's going to get the second, even though shocked. So that is going to be very unfortunate for Hypercharge. The Teho Concuss is going to force him out of position. Kanai's going to take down Koister. And there are guns, but they're not being used at their effective ranges. A nice flash is going to catch both of them. Breach is going to take down K-Man. Skyzo's going to get the second, but he dodges the flash. In position to get the next kill is the Moon. And it's a 2-on-1 for Yapping Narwhals. Baypopper just baiting a little bit as Fizz is in an impossible position. The Moon 1 HP left, but an 11th round secured. Hypercharged with that force are probably staring down the barrel of 312 right now. It's looking all but certain for Yapping Narwhal.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate on the side of Hypercharged, running into the one guy with the Phantom on the side of the Yapping Narwhals. A bit lucky with the kills there, even after the concuss went through, but you know, you can't really do much when your guns are just that much better.
And a lot of these fights actually were relatively close. Like, you have damage being done, even though Baypopper is just pinging, giving exact locations for the Moon. It is unfortunate that that's a 1 HP, not even close sort of kill. But Yapping Narwhals in position. The Moon's going to be shocked out of that outlaw shot, and he is going to miss the dash, but the kill is not going to come through for Hypercharged. Crucially, they have some weapons. They have a Bulldog at the very least. They're getting utiled out of backhaul. This is some nice layering coming through, and Kanai's going to take down the Moon without even seeing him. High flash is going to come through, but they don't know about Bay Popper. Skyzo's just going to take down Kanai. Bay Popper's going to flash backhaul. They're pushing through the one hall. Skyzo walking out backside right now. K-Man and Koister getting a pair. Yapping Narwhals cleaning it up right now. This is the 12-3. It's all or nothing now for Hypercharged. It is do or die in this game one.
Yeah, Koister with 2 on the flank, just completely shutting down the B exec on the side of Hypercharged. It's not looking like Hypercharged is doing anything about the flanks. They have a Killjoy, but it's not really spotting them anything. If you're able to just to walk up like that every single round, there's a flank. It's looking a little rough.
That's the difference, right? In running Killjoy versus running Killjoy versus like a Chamber or a Vice or a Cypher. That's just, you know, like the util drops at a certain point. It drops beyond a certain point. Bay Popper's going to clone out. It's going to flash the whole team. The Moon's going to have a shooting range. Skyzo and the Moon combining one more time. Xiao's going to take down Koister, but it looks like that's it. It's going to be a 1-on-4. It'd have to be an ace clutch for Hypercharged Sentinel. Skyzo's going to take down K-Man, so he's doing a little bit of the work for our friend Xiao. It's just a question, can they find Bay Popper? Bay Popper hopping. You have to assume that Xiao just heard that. Walking close to the wall. Can they find Bay Popper here in mid? He's standing completely still. They might think that he's a clone. He's going to walk and clear the space. Here's Bay Popper running away. They're going to get set up on that mid hill. They're going to whiff on the first one, but going to find it later, and the Moon is going to trade it right back. The Narwhals have closed it out in dominating fashion. 13-3. A game of all time.
Yes, it was a hard read coming from the side of Yapping Narwhals with the A exec, and you know, it's what can you do? There's not much you can do on the side of Hypercharged. It's just quite an unfortunate game for them. Hopefully, they'll bounce back in the future games. But great showing from the side of Yapping Narwhals.
And it is important to note that one loss here does not immediately take you out of contention. You know, there's plenty of games left to be played. Starting off 0-1 sucks, but it's not the end all be all that some people treat it like it is. Hypercharged, rough showing, but there's plenty of games to make it back. Yapping Narwhals, very, very dominant victory. Seeing, you know, some of the stuff that we expected to see from the odds-on favorite for Group B. But yeah, I don't know how much there is to talk about other than the gunfights just went one way, man.
Yeah, I mean, there are some cool ideas actually. We saw that previous round on the second round from Hypercharged. They had some good util use. They got flanked a little fast. You know, it's not gonna happen every game. It just happened this game. But I liked the Tejo util. It was pretty well layered, especially with the breach. The breach had some really good util use as well. Hopefully they can carry that on to future games they have. But yeah, gunfights just not going their way this game.
Yep, and it is brutal, but at the very least, it is some experience for the team Hypercharged. Obviously, it's a good foray into, hey, this is who you're going to have to play against in order to make it forward. But with that being said, we're going to go to break here before our next game, so we'll be right back with Game 2 in a little bit. Do not touch that dial.
Let's say you're deep in a show, or a game, or the game, on a train, at home, at work. Okay, maybe not at work. Point is, at Xfinity, we're constantly engineering new ways to get the entertainment you love to you faster and easier than ever. That's what I do. Is that Love Island?
How many people are gonna kiss before you realize? I got it,
Hey, they won't forget us. Made it happen and we all became legends. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it. We gotta get it. Know that our time is now. Yes, life can get hard, but don't ever let it keep you down. See, we are all kings and queens and we all deserve crowns. So don't wait. Get up, go out and get it. Now. Hey, we gotta get it.
enemy remaining. Planted. Last player standing. Spike down mid. One enemy remaining.
Welcome back from break, everyone. We hope all of you are staying with us. Thank you very, very much to everyone who was around to watch the first one. And if you weren't around to watch the first match between Hypercharged and Yapping Narwhals, Jake, would you like to recap that one for us?
Yeah, wasn't a very close match. Over very quickly. Bay Popper had his knife out pretty much the entire game. Was a walking Yoru ult without the ult. And Yapping Narwhals walked all over. 13-3 on for the side of the Yapping Narwhals on Pearl. Not much to say other than they just had better guns that game.
Yeah, and a bit of what was expected if you just looked at average ranks and such. But that's enough of our Group B play, at least until game number 3 of this triple header, this Saturday night triple header. It may be All-Star Weekend, but we've got our own triple header here to make up for it. We're moving on to Group C play here, and I believe if I take a look at the sheet real quick, I believe this is the first match that we've seen of Group C as well. Jake, would you care to talk about the teams that are going to be playing here?
Yeah, so first on the side of FS, Fresno State, we have Clean, Totoru, Twitch, Mark FPS, Big Ol' Babies, RH Nate, and Sigma. Pretty standard, like pretty good ranks actually. We got 3 Immortals, 2 Ascendants, and a Plat. We'll see who they choose to play. We're not sure who's on the main roster yet, but those are their players. So pretty high rank on average. And then Takeshi, you want to do LOTU?
Yeah, for LOTU NA, which one of our non-California teams, is that right, production? That is crazy, dude. Yeah, Moogie's Valorant Throwdown attracting players from all over America, truly. Soon we'll have a Canadian roster of some sort, surely, and we can brand ourselves as an international event, one that North America will win for sure. With that being said, we got Duo Maxwell and Zylu as manager and coach respectively, and then you've got the only Boop, Pars, Senpai, Agua, and Lycus X getting ready to duke it out with us tonight. We've got an Immortal player, we've got some Ascendants over here, we got a couple of Diamond players. Looking like it should be a reasonably balanced competition, all things considered. Hoping that the top heavy style from Fresno State isn't necessarily going to run away with the competition, but let's see exactly what we're going to get here. Obviously, we have map pick ban already completed, and it is Bind. What do you think of Bind, Jake?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited to see Bind. Not really a map you get to see very much. We'll see how both teams utilize the TPs. Obviously, the selling point of the map. Interestingly enough, we'll hopefully see double smokes. Maybe not in terms of the viewer side, but competitively, double smokes tends to be one of the things teams like to play. Definitely making use of the Viper. Other than that, double duelist, maybe throw in a sentinel. You could do whatever you want. I think just double smokes definitely the way to go.
Well, with that being said, I mean, I'm glad that you're excited to watch some Bind because I, for one, am sick and tired of it. So honestly, I didn't need to see any more Bind tonight. I'm excited to cast it nonetheless. But with that being said, I think that map can very, very comfortably stay out of the rotation, please. And for those of us who are, for those of us who are a part of Moogie's last year, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Bind every single series, non-negotiable. Sometimes back-to-back games, man. 2-0 with half the, like 3 2-0s back-to-back-to-back, and half of the maps are Bind. Oh man, I don't want to see any more of that map on this stream.
Hey, but you might get used to it though. Seeing as it went this deep into pick and ban, maybe other teams will most likely pick up this trend and play Bind as well. So, hey, get used to it. Might be here to stay.
Well, if it is here to stay, then we will make the necessary adaptations. But with that being said, what do you expect to see from these two teams in terms of agent composition and like draft makeup? You know, that's a big part of our thing as ex coaches and as league players. Draft is we're big on that. So, what do you think are the most common agents that are going to show up here? You have Sentinel preferences. You have Initiator preferences. Talk to me here.
So, like I said, double smokes, definitely the way to go. I don't think anything gets better than that. But interestingly enough, we saw last map on Pearl, no team chose Astra. And I think Astra is such a mainstay on that map. So actually, you might see some teams running a different kind of meta in this own tournament, playing like a faster style, maybe with a Clove and just taking gunfight after gunfight, trying to just be better than your opponent. instead of playing the map. So maybe that'll be the way the teams go in this tournament. We'll see. I wouldn't be too surprised by it, at least. Definitely hope to see Fade. Fade will be the big initiator on this map, and it'll be probably what both teams choose for their initiator. I can't think of anything else. That you want to add anything?
Well, since you are our group's resident Tejo player, how much Tejo are we going to see today with the Fade on Vine?
I'm a Tejo salesman. I think he can fit on pretty much any map if you make him work. If we see the Tejo, I want to see Raze along with it, and Raze is a very staple duelist on this map if the teams want to play it. But I gotta say it again. You got 6 big booms there, and I think you can definitely make use of them. And if the teams choose, they could definitely go the side of Tejo.
I'm sick and tired of him already. I can't lie. But that just makes me a bitter old man, because I remember when there were competitions you could run. I remember one of the comps we ran Harbor, and that just makes me sound like I'm a Harbor salesman. And I am. I'm just a spokes player deep down. I literally am just an Astra and Harbor 2-trick. It is what it is, dude. You can't. Sometimes you can't, dude. You can't change your stripes. Old habits die hard. That sort of stuff. But hopefully, all of these players have changed their habits, and all 10 of these players are ready to play some good, clean Valorant for us today. We've got all 10 in lobby, and we're just waiting on the all go. I'm excited to hop in the countdown here. If you had to make a prediction, Jake, right now, pick one of the teams. Who you got?
Ooh. I'll go to the side of Fresno State, California resident. I think they got this in the bag, but we'll see.
All right, well, just for the sake of being contrary and for the sake of promoting Moogies as a interstate and national level tournament here with some players from outside of California and the hopes of expanding into international waters, we'll say, next year, give me LOTU, and hopefully it's a close one. I'm going to call 13-10.
I'm hoping
I'll
it's
even
close
give you
too.
the score. Yeah,
I'll say, I'm hoping for a little bit of a long game. I'll say 13-11, hopefully.
Okay, wow, we are going the distance, and if we do end up going the distance, we'll make sure that both of our voices hold up for you guys, because after this one too, we still have a third match. So once again, right before we hop into this one, shout outs to all of the sponsors that make this one possible: Xfinity, Fifine, Zotac, MSI, Valhallen, and of course, our production team, who is loading us in right now to Agent Select for Game 2 right now. We've got LOTU NA, and we've got Fresno State loading into the game. Here we go.
Yeah, so just right off the bat, as soon as the scene changes, Ray's already being hovered on the side of, I believe that is Fresno State.
Yep.
Ray's for both sides, and Brimstone. So double smokes on the side of LOTU NA. Very like to see that. Viper, the great pickup. Interestingly enough, the Sage Sentinel of choice.
I am very surprised about the instant Sage lock.
Yeah,
we're going to have
today's
double
the Sage
smokes with the Sage. Not necessarily going to have information, but you are going to be able to sight hold and sight hold effectively if they can combo the Sage slow
Rain
and the
hover.
Raise grenade. Yeah, there's a lot of damage that can be done here. Double duelist from the side of Fresno State would be very interesting to see here. The Cypher going to be very traditional. Sky's going to be locked. That's a bit of an old school flavor here, but definitely going for comfort here over meta focus maybe. That whole comp from Fresno State is going to be locked in immediately. So you've got solo smokes Brim on the side of Fresno, but they've got 2 deeps ready to make it happen. They've got 2 duelists trying to get into the thick of it. LOTU NA going to be a little bit more deliberate with their composition. They've got Brim, they've got Viper looking for double smokes. They've got the Sage to try and sight hold, and then they also have the instant engage of that Raze and Sky. Whose composition do you like better here, Jake?
Definitely going to go the side of LOTU NA. I think double smokes combined with the Raze, definitely just a strong overall comp. Going to be able to shut down the attacking side of this very aggressively chosen Fresno State. Double duelist with only 1 smoke. They're going to have to make their site choice and make it fast. If they don't hit after their smokes are placed, they're going to run out of util. And that could definitely be a downside to this comp.
But that just makes the attacking, which side that you start on all that much more important. In Fresno State, with the double duelist that they're rocking, are starting on the attacker side. So you got to figure they're trying to get out to a big lead and get out to it early. With that being said, what do you expect to see on this pistol round from both teams?
I think the attacking side should try to work mid with their limited resources here. It would be interesting to see if they just run down the site off the bat. I don't expect to be very much like defaulting since they're, like I said, there's just no smokes, and you're going to have to be fighting into 2 smokes, and you can't really take too big of a gamble just defaulting and potentially just wasting util as we'll see them line up for B.
All right. Well, if it is just a B hit, Fresno looks like they've left their smokes behind. Their controller, their Brimstone, is just chilling in spawn, waiting for the game to start. We are paused right now. The match is not counting down. We're at 28 seconds. Groundhog Day. 28 seconds, 28 seconds, 28 seconds. We are just waiting and wasting away here until all of our players can get in position. Not sure exactly what's happening. Maybe some tech issues. Maybe someone's just disconnected. But hopefully nothing too serious.
Yeah, we might have to get a remake on the map to get into a different server. Players is experiencing a little bit too much lag for their comfort. It's understandable. Servers aren't made in the particularly favorable area of US. That's why there's a ton of them. But yeah, we most likely will just see a migration server. So give us 1 second here on the production.
It is what it is, man. Hey, things were running too smoothly for day one. Like, honestly, like things were going so well with map one, game one, and stream number one. Honestly, like things have been super, super smooth. Shout out production for making it happen. Obviously, I'm not allowed to blame Riot, but for legal reasons, what are we doing, fellas? Production is figuring out where a nice midway point can be for these two teams. If we both have to play on Texas, so be it. We are playing in Texas.
Yeah, definitely will probably be as the production's sorting this out. Both sides will just, we'll see what both sides have to agree, obviously, and we'll see which one's the fairest.
Man,
what are you looking forward to actually from both these comps? I think it's your opinion.
I do not want. I mean, I know Bind is explosive. I know Bind can be fast paced. There's a lot of stuff that you can do on this map with your initiators and with your movement duelists. I'm slow. I am very slow. I'm very slow and steady. I just want to take some very, very patient rounds. I want some rounds that go the distance. I want some bomb plants going down with 3 seconds left on the clock. I want it to be close. I want there to be misdirection. With that being said, I don't think we're going to get any of that, so I want clean execs.
Well, we might see that on the side of LOTU NA. They have 2 smokes and a sage. So they might be looking to slow down these rounds from the attackers. They probably don't want them walking on the site for free, wanting to probably trade out the brim smokes. That'll be in their favor because you have double smokes. So
all right,
we'll see.
Yep, that's totally fair. And at the very least, it was so over just a second ago, but we are so back right now, back into Agent Select. This should be pretty quick. I don't think anyone is going to be changing their compositions after seeing the other team. That would be a little bit illegal, I would say. But with that being said, we're hopping straight into the game. Obviously, we're going to have LOTU on the defender side. We're going to have Fresno State on the right on the attacker side. So, pistol strategies, do you expect to see the exact same thing that we saw earlier? You mentioned that LOTU sent both of their controllers over to the B site.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll see if they make that same decision. I'm not sure if they will. Double smokes on the same site is a little interesting on the defensive side. Maybe they're just getting a hard read on B. We'll see, though, as that's a little weird. The defending side choosing to stack B. Maybe we'll just see a crunch with the Sky Flash through TP, as we do see Brimstone going towards A, but they are choosing to split up the smokes like we said they should. But yeah, as we see Fresno State lining up for the B hit. 2 players in hookah, so this most likely will be just an early swing out. We'll see how the early gunfights go. And Takeshi, do you want to take it away?
It will be a very interesting round for sure. There's the smoke coming through from Viper as we get things rolling for game number 2 here on the Moogie's Valorant Throwdown stream. We are just waiting until the first contact comes through. The knife is going to come onto the stage wall, but not before Maxwell takes down Big Ol' Babies. Fresno State starting at a man disadvantage already. It's going to be a nice clean kill for LOTU NA. They're falling back. Agua's getting wall banged on site down to 27. 1 bullet the difference. 2 players for LOTU are low, and Mark is going to take down Agua. Nice play from the Rays. Maxwell's going to trade back Mark, though. That's an important kill to find. LOTU going to teleport fast. Oh, sorry. Fresno going to teleport fast. LOTU is going to be scattered on this defense. It's going to be up to Lycus X. Lycus X has to clutch here. Either find one or just get the information and fall back. Goes into the open, takes a massive chunk of damage, and dies going back into Hookah. Oh, sorry, going back into U-Haul. It's been a while since I've had to call this map. It is 3-on-3. Fresno State with a big health advantage, but it is still even man. Totoro looking for the flash play. Senpai just waiting heaven to see when they can swing. Maxwell trying to lurk around on site, working their way in. The flash is going to come through, so they know Totoro's position, but he's going to take down Maxwell. He's going to get the second flash ready, but Pars, Sabretooth, and Senpai are going to trade. It's going to be a one-on-one. Sabretooth has to clutch this, but it's not planned for him. LOTU, unbeknownst to them, the duelist for LOTU had a chance to stick it, but it doesn't matter. Sabretooth out in the open, and the bomb defuse is going to come through. LOTU on the defender's side, starting with the first round here in this match.
Yeah, well played by Senpai there. Playing around the brim smoke, actually, that lasted so long. As we see, kind of the hit point of Brimstone, I guess, here. The smoke sticking around so long that he's actually able to wrap around, and Sabretooth just too afraid to push through it. Able to catch Sabretooth off guard. I don't think we'll see much adaptation on the side of Fresno State, as it will just be another B hit. 2 players in the side of Hookah, as they will most likely just start the same way as they did. Viper smoke will just be placed.
Look at the Rays inventory is all I gotta say. Look at Senpai's inventory. You see the Bucky. It is the most evil of all anti-eco guns. The most despicable of all weapons purchasable on this map. Any sort of shotgun is so deadly to play against. There's so many tight corners you have to clear out. Agua going to be rotated over to the A site for LOTU. The smokes are going to come down. The exec's coming through. Here comes the Raise grenade. Pars is going to throw a defensive smoke, staying on site. The kill is going to come through from Agua on the planter, so they've already stalled this out. Pars is going to trade out Big Ol' Babies, and it's going to be nice and clean. Reyna from Fresno State has already taken so much damage. Sabretooth is going down too. Mark, with a flank onto Pars, has a chance to kill Aqua, but he is going to get headshot back in return. It's all up to Clean to try and salvage something. The blast pack up top is going to find him eventually. You gotta think. He is going to be shot in the back, but it's covered by Agua. A clean 4-man survival. 4 guns left for LOTU. 2-0 up on Fresno State.
Yeah, clean economy round coming from the side of LOTU, preventing any kind of shenanigans happening on the side of Fresno State. As we see, the double smokes comp just being able to stall and kind of play extra angles that they normally wouldn't be able to, making use of the util. The Sage just stalling out, I guess. Not really much to say, but we'll see how Fresno State choose to address this bonus.
So how would you play this bonus here if you're Fresno State? Oh, sorry. So this is the gun round for Fresno State. This is round 3. How would you play this one, Jake?
Definitely try to make use of your better guns here. Take the longer fights. Set your duelist up for just like really aggressive angles that LOTU can't use their short range guns, but we will just see a site exec here.
Yep, and the smokes are being traded either which way, so both teams will be counting. Hey, that's 2 brim smokes down on either side. Agua's going to be taking down that head glitch by Clean. Nice opener found. Sentinel diff right now. Sabretooth swinging out back sight, and he is going to kill Maxwell, looking for another, but Mark's going to take down Pars. It's clean so far. Fresno hasn't really taken any damage. Lycus in heaven, looking for one more, is going to find Clean. So right as I say it, they're going to make it a little bit messier, but Fresno's going to clean it up. The gun round converted, and here we go. Fresno 1-2 now.
Yeah, great round from Fresno. Like I said, just making use of their long-range runs. Sabretooth taking the aggressive fight onto the A kind of connector into their CT. Great round. I think it was really clean. Interesting stage ball coming from Agua, actually potentially catching one. We'll see if he does it again in the future rounds, but that could lead to a few kills early.
I think he definitely will end up using it at some point, because you just didn't have the right weapon for the job there. If you had something that one-shot headshots instead of the SMG, you gotta figure things would have gone a little bit different.
Yeah, if we cut back to the live, there will be gunfights taken.
Yep, and one and one from the side of Clean. So Fresno State, with the advantage already, are going to see if they can press the advantage with the Seekers. They're going to force Sky all the way back into CT or into Elbow, and then into CT. The pre-fire is not going to be good from the side of LOTU, so they will have to play a 4-on-5 man disadvantage, as Fresno is well equipped to withstand this one. 2 blast packs still on the side of Senpai. They have all the utility in the world. Senpai and Lycus going to take down a pair. So Fresno State at a man disadvantage now. Agua and Senpai again going to double up here, and Senpai is going to clean up with a 3K. LOTU recovering very nicely on that gun round, and it's 3-1 to their advantage.
Yeah, as this Brimstone small from the side of the attackers, it all just falls apart. LOTU is just pretty much set up to fight after the smokes fall, and that shows what happens. And we see the the downside of having only the Brim smokes is once you exec, after those smokes fall, you got nothing to kind of protect yourself. I think we'll see if Fresno choose to push through those smokes some rounds. And I think they will need to as the attacking team here. You can't let the defenders just walk into position after those smokes fall. You have to protect your smokes, fight through them. So we'll see if the adaptation comes through.
Yeah. And if we're talking about protecting your smokes, I mean, the best defense is a good offense. You got a pair of Raze ults, one going either way, and LOTU NA has the Sage ult, the Res ready and waiting for the smokes if they go down on their defensive side. The dog's going to go in and not necessarily find anything as it walks right through U-Haul. Going to jump and fall back. Totoro not liking the info that they've seen right now, but it is all 5 members of Fresno State as Sabretooth finds Senpai. So that Raze ult is not happening this round. There is going to be no show to stop from the duelist for Fresno State. Let's see if the second one can make it happen. Sorry, the duelist from LOTU. Mark is going to take down Agua right as I'm stumbling over my words. LOTU NA's defenders, the controllers, are just sitting back in spawn. Sabretooth holding the flank with the Reyna ult. All they have to do is find this one flanker, and they will not find the timing as Lycus will shut them down immediately. So here comes the high flash. Not necessarily going to find anything. The crosshair moved, but too much time bought. Clean is going to take them down. They are going to invest the Cypher ult. So you will know where both of the controllers are. There's a chance for a wallbang opportunity through the smokes, through the boxes of triple, but maybe no chance to shut them down. Totoro taking down Pars there. 4-on-1. Maxwell trying to just survive with his life. He's going to peek into it. He is going to take down Mark on the timing. Is there an opportunity for more? He is going to take down Big Ol' Babies. There's one more player on bench, and there's one on short. Let's see what he can find here. Totoro holding patiently. Maxwell a little bit awkward there for Totoro as he steps down off the bench, but he claims the kill. And Fresno, second round on the board.
Yeah, so early gunfight going the side of Sabretooth, and Fresno choose to just accelerate off of it with Mark FPS just Raze ulting in there. Interesting, they probably didn't choose to go off the round start there because of the Sage Bomb. So maybe a bit unlucky, but you found the opening kill, and the Sage gets instantly just obliterated by the Showstopper. Clean round. I think it got a little shaky there at the end with players holding different angles and able to trade each other off, but Totoro just cleaning it up.
Yep, and a little bit messy, but no harm, no foul again. The flash is going to come down long, so Totoro walking a little bit blind towards long, but no extra is going to be found here from LOTU NA. They're not exploring any farther. Totoro will trade information with that dog for the flash. The nade's going to come down from LOTU NA, but it's going to be healed back by Totoro for Fresno. Lycus has an opportunity. The first Reyna Lear is going to be used to clear out... I don't even remember the call out for that one. I can't lie. It's just going to be used to clear out B main. So Sabretooth going to walk up. Senpai's going to take down Totoro on a nice peek. That's going to draw out the Raze util. Big Ol' Babies is going to wallbang Maxwell, so it's an even man advantage. 4v4, Fresno State at a man disadvantage. 3-on-4 is Lycus. Mark FPS is going to trade back on LOTU's initiator. It's going to be 3-on-3 now. The Brimstone for Fresno, 1 HP. You need to find the damage. The wallbang had the right idea, but Pars is going to take down Clean as Mark trades it right back. So it's a 2-on-2. The man advantage is well in the favor of LOTU, and they will res their duelist, but not before Fresno State rotates first. They are going to run smack into that Sage wall, so it's going to take them a little bit of time to break it, and they are going to be wary. Oh no, they're just going to run straight onto site. Mark is going to get the plant down. The smoke, you have to assume, is going to go on Heaven, but the ult is going to come down on the default plant. They did not know. So the walkout is going to be stopped by Mark. It's going to be all on this Heaven fight. Is he going to find the walkout? Senpai is going to find Babies. In the air, it's going to be up to Mark. He has to ace clutch, and Agua is going to shut him down. LOTU making it happen and picking up a 4th.
Yeah, little missed Brimstone ult there. Not sure where they were planting to guess, but it works out in the end. Unable to hold Heaven off from the side of Fresno, and it's just it's unfortunate they didn't hold the Sage Res. Sage Res got the best of them.
Well, man advantage, right? And anything that gives you an opportunity to play the game again is generally pretty good. You know, I mean, Phoenix ult at a premium, Clove ult at a premium, Sage ult obviously at a premium. Any additional bodies that you can throw at the other team, pretty good, especially when you're scrapping it out like this. You will notice we have a couple of ults for the side of LOTU. Fresno State using a couple of theirs, maybe, LOTU's Brimstone ult was used a little bit misguided. Fresno has no ults though. So LOTU has the advantage.
LOTU might choose to. Oh, never mind. They're not going to choose to. They were looking like they might want to go through TP and take the gunfight, as Senpai will just get taken out here.
My mark. Yep.
Yeah,
Nice
the early information
misdirection.
gained by LOTU there through the TP, but not making use of it, as we will just see the site exit coming through. The 2 smokes down.
And it is just going to be a 4-on-5 as Big Ol' Babies tries to get the bomb down, but Pars is going to get a pair inside of the smoke, and he's going to look back into U-Haul to see what he can find. The damage not being done by Fresno State. They were trying to fight for a little bit more, but it was at bad timing. Like is going to take down Sabertooth and Big Ol' Babies. It's all up to Mark, and he's going to be shut down by Maxwell after getting one more. LOTU's looking dominant on this defender side. It's a 5th round for them.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I don't know why they didn't choose to swing off that. They had one player showers, and they could have just swung through TP and taken the gunfight, but almost looking good there for Fresno, but the post plan's just not strong enough. I think they chose to get a little too frisky through the smoke, and they got punished. Actually, no, LOTU just swinging through the smoke, and the defenders fall.
Well, no timeout being used here is a little bit surprising, but Fresno figuring they have one more go at it with these guns. LOTU starting to stack up on Econ a little tiny bit. The Viper's Pit is going to be used on a short. A pretty classic position for them to be playing, but it's just the one controller being played a little bit like a Sentinel here. The dog goes right through. It's a little bit awry, so Maxwell going to be asked to clutch here as Totoro and friends are grouping a short, looking to explode straight into it. Sage, Aqua of LOTU, exploring, jump peeking in showers, but not necessarily going to find anything, and finally going to double up with their Viper to play defense on short side. Nope, and we're going to drop back to back site. So it's just a question of when Fresno will hit into this. They figure that because the Viper's Pit is here, there is a man disadvantage. However, the raise for LOTU is floating back and forth, and they have the wraparound. They have Sky in a very advanced position. It'll be a question.
They're probably going to walk into him.
Yeah, it'll be a question of when the smoke comes up.
Yeah, we'll see if Lycus cleans up here. They're most likely going to push into Hookah, and they're going to swing right into him. Do they expect him? Totoro winning a fight? But timing,
and he does.
Big Ol' Babies does not clear him, and Mark FPS will be alerted to this positioning. Will take up the kill.
Backstab. Classic backstab. It's the flank on the flank, and now you're hitting away from the Viper's Pit. Fresno State has the man advantage, and now they know that they're going to hit into probably 2 at most. Mark's going to showstopper, and it's going to go a little bit wrong, but he takes down Pars anyway. It's all up to Senpai. He has to get 2 on the defense. The first shots go awry. He's got just over 1 health. Maxwell running around desperately trying to stop this plant. He's not quite going to get it in time. Clean's going to shut him down, so it's all up to Senpai, and he can't get it done. Fresno getting their 3rd and a chance to start reclaiming some of this half. It's 3-5 right now. Fresno trying to make their comeback.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Sabertooth was. He was a little late to the play, and almost looking very bad for them. But, you know, the clean, just keeping it clean, being able to take out the remaining players, and securing the round for Fresno State.
Good, Jake. I'm glad to see you getting some wordplay in here, man. Let's make sure we keep it coming. Big Ol' Babies at the bottom of the scoreboard, unfortunately, but he does have the Brim ult. So Fresno State can look for something with a little bit more pace behind it. Senpai is going to push up with that info flash from Belong from the sky. So let's see what they can actually pick up. Mark is going to drone into it. It's not going to clear the corner, though. And Senpai is going to time Mark, and the flash comes through to deny the trade. Here comes the nade trying to recover that rifle. He does manage to get it, and he does kill Sabertooth, too. A little bit labored from the spray is going to disable Fresno from getting that trade, but Totoro trades it back across the map, and Clean takes down Senpai again, and Clean actually takes down Pars. Fresno is going above and beyond right now to make this round happen. Big Ol' Babies doesn't know it, but he's about to find a massive timing. The smoke goes in on CT, and LOTU NA is nowhere to be found on site. Big Ol' Babies just running around, knife out, trying to clear out as much space as possible. Elbow, totally clear. Smoke's coming up from Maxwell. Sees the plant is going down now. Walks
Timing.
outside. Doesn't know where Babies is. And if the Cypher from Fresno is unable to find this timing, he did find it, but not quite enough. Maxwell gets shut down by Fresno State. It's all up to the Sentinel from LOTU, and it looks like they're going to save. Fresno getting their 4th on the board, and they're well on their way to tying this up.
Mr. Cleed securing the round again for Fresno State. What a round from him. 3 kills and 2 crucial ones early on. And a great timing from the Brimstone on Fresno State. Just walking on the side, giving them the free plant. Looking almost a little bit scary there as the Viper found the small timing through the Brim smoke as the Brimstone wasn't holding it. But we will just see the save coming through.
And it was actually a great timing. Yeah, if there was a rifle for the side of LOTU NA's secondary controller for the Viper, there would have been a chance to actually get that kill and make that round messy, because Big Ol' Baby's not in position to trade that when you're in elbow. And as the replay comes through, this round started off really well for LOTU with that 2-man advantage, but across the map, it was traded back. Maxwell, with this timing, could have found that kill with a better gun, but instead, their money is in shambles right now. LOTU needs this round right now, otherwise Fresno is going to equalize and have a chance to move ahead.
Yeah, but 2 ults on the side of Fresno. We'll see if they try to use the Brimstone ult early on to clear out an angle. As we see, just kind of default again. Fresno choosing to play a little slower, probably because they don't have as many smokes. As early fight to clean again. This guy is on one.
Yep, he is tearing it up right now for Fresno. He has been the difference maker, and LOTU is going to shift their focus all the way towards the A site already. They're moving Viper off, leaving the Sky to solo anchor, and it's just a matter of will Sabretooth find this timing, and they will, combined with Big Ol' Baby's take down Lycus. There's no one home right now. Can they get someone posted up on that CT line? Is Maxwell going to peek into it? He's going to be smoked off. Will he move past? Plant's going to go down from clean. The Viper Molly is on the other side of the plant, and there's no way to stop it. Right now, Agua is getting shot up through the smoke. It kind of sucks. Sabretooth is holding the elevated position. He's going to be forced off of it by Agua, but you have to wait for when the peaks come in. Maxwell creeping up elbow. It's going to be a fight against Clean. Sabretooth's going to get a pair, and Clean's going to shut it out. Fresno State tying it up 5-all and looking to move into the lead.
Yeah, the early neural theft from the side of Fresno just lets Fresno State alerted to the rotation coming through. Able to find a timing kill onto the Sky holding B, and they just walk on the site and plant. Almost a little scary there as the 2 players from Fresno were a little late to the play. The Senpai and Lycus were unable to, or sorry, Mark FPS and Totoro were late to that play, and we'll see if it bites them later, but the 2 lurk players are oftentimes not there.
It hasn't necessarily mattered too much for them, right? They're walking up, and Senpai gets a nice 1 dig onto Mark, and it's not going to be traded back by Totoro. He's going to make it out with 1 HP left. We'll see if he can get back for healing. The dog's going to come in, but no more information is going to be gathered other than showers are empty. You can walk in if you feel like it, but it's completely split from Fresno. It's 2-2 right now. LOTU NA has the right read. The bomb is on the side with the 3 defenders. And
yeah,
as
we'll
Senpai gets healed up... Sorry,
yeah, we'll see if they try to use Brimstone ult here to clear out U-Haul. These 2 backside players will be a problem. They're alerted to his position. Big Ol' Baby's taking the fight, missing.
They're taking the fight a little bit awkwardly. He's going to pull out the iPad at the wrong time. Lycus and Par is going to take down a pair, and that is the spike. You know where the bomb is. Clean needs to make a hero play here along with Sabretooth. He's not necessarily finding a perfect timing, and Agua is just chilling in Covey. Gets the first. Looking for the second. Stinger at range is going to be a little bit difficult. Picks up the Vandal, but doesn't have a chance to actually use it. Sabretooth, in a 1-on-5 clutch situation, would need an absolute miracle, and it starts with fighting this first one.
Yeah,
Need to
getting a
find
little
the
messy.
headshot opportunity.
Sabretooth looking for this Sage. He's possibly alerted to the one in Hookah. He is aware. But we'll see if he chooses to push through or just save. Most likely will just be a save.
There's no time.
Yeah, there's just no time. The bomb is on the other site as Sabretooth will just take the TP. Nah, he's just going to stay here. And it's
Just going to chill. He's just going to chill outside B, outside quad. He's just going to bide his time. He's going to be patient. A nice thrifty from LOTU. Do they have one more round in them to make it 7-5 in this half, or is Fresno going to tie it up? What do you think, Jake?
I mean, it's looking like a 7-5 half. There's 4 ultimates on the side of LOTU. We'll see if they choose to play a little aggressive. Yeah, I mean, just it got a little sloppy there. Fresno not choosing to use any of their ults, any of their util on the early round and get punished for it with the one dig early on the side of Mark FPS not being traded back. We'll see what they choose to do with this round, though.
You gotta figure that Mark, with this op on the Showers peak, where they've seen Senpai or one of the other LOTU defenders peeking out so often, is going to make a big play. Senpai with the early rocket is not going to find babies. He's going to find a lot of damage, but it's not going to be the kill until the nade comes in. Nice follow-up to take down the smokes already from Fresno, and now they're going to have a really difficult time getting into this round. The Seekers come out from LOTU. A 4-man stack towards short is probably not what you want to see if you are a Fresno fan. Sabretooth has to find a massive entry. The Brimble is going to separate Sabretooth, though, but they're not going to swing up into short, and they're not going to find anything more off of it. So the space was taken, but nothing was done with it as Mark takes down Senpai, so that man advantage is swung right back. We are even right now. The Seekers are going in the opposite direction. You know where the two defenders are from LOTU, and it's still 4 people from Fresno running straight at you. Here comes the grenade. Mark's going to take down Pars as Lycus takes the first, but Mark trades it right back. 3-on-2 as Fresno State has the man advantage. How do you play this round?
Yeah, I think they're going to go for the res on the player right outside the TP here as, yep, there it is, TP into the res. Will be a 3-on-3 coming here for the post plant. The Viper will most likely take his first gunfight. Will it go his way? Yep, Maxwell finds the kill. And there is one player U-Haul. We'll see if they clear this out. It's looking good for those two, though.
It has to be Clean finding a timing. The flash comes out first, and they team flash Maxwell, so Clean has an opportunity to fight back. Agua looking for the fight on short. Senpai's going to take down Clean in the back, but the bomb is planted. Swing wide from Totoro is not enough. LOTU picking up a 7th round, and they have the advantage going out of the half.
Yeah, Maxwell finding that first crucial kill, letting their players just peek out from showers and taking the man advantage fights. Sagel, again, what a clutch factor. No one really thinking about the possibility of a stage going through TP and taking the res. Would have liked to see some conscious decisions about that though. But you can't really think about these in the heat of the moment. It's a tough game, but it goes aside of LOTU.
A nice flash dodge as well from Agua. There's a chance that things get really ugly if he gets full flashed, and Totoro has the chance. Oh, sorry, and Lycus has the chance to pop up top and make it happen. Nope, I was right the first time. It was Totoro. We just switched sides. Now we have Fresno on the defender side, and we've got LOTU on attack. What do you expect to see from this balanced LOTU lineup here?
So I want to see LOTU not just rush into sites, bait out util, get the brim smokes early. And on the side of Fresno, I want to see Fresno push their brim smokes. You have limited util, make use of it. You need to find the early kills. As the early smoke comes down, we'll see what they choose to do off of this.
This is not the lurk wall. This is kind of just see what we can find off the openers, and Mark is going to find Maxwell. The blast packs are going to come in from Senpai, and he's wrapped all the way around U-Haul, so he's going to take down big old babies. Gets that gun upgrade as well. It's pretty nice. The Deagle has the angle for Mark, and he's going to get a second. He has to be absolutely heroic here in order to make something happen. The wraparound is coming through fast from Fresno and Sabretooth. Does he have the timing on Agua? Does Agua know? Does he know? Aware because of the flash. Agua turning away from it. Finds Sabretooth. Triple up. Clean's going to take down Pars immediately. The man advantage is still in the favor of Fresno, but you've got to figure they speed it up at some point. Agua with the Deagle. Turning away from the flash pretty early. The swings are going to come through. Mark's on his 3rd, and Clean takes down one more. It's a full house, and Fresno with their 6th round.
I would have been tilted if I were Sabretooth, because that was in fact a team flash, almost making the rounds go LOTU's favor there. That could have been costly, but the U-Haul players just able to clean it up, with both players unable to get off the site into a cubby hole or somewhere to play the post plan.
Oh man. Okay, well, we've got about as close of a game as you can ask for. You've got to assume that Fresno with the gun advantage will end up tying this up. 7-all here. So what are your guns of choice? You got a pair of Judges. That'll be useful afterwards. You've got a Bulldog. Probably still useful. The Spectre also probably pretty good against this Eco. Going to switch it out for a Sheriff, but we've got one more. Oh, nope. We're going to switch to a Marshal at the last possible second. You've got a lot of weapons that can take down unarmored opponents. Unless Fresno does something wild here. You got to figure that they will tie it up here.
Yeah, we'll see if Mark FPS deals with these two players. He has a Cypher tripwire to play off of, and it is spotted, but we'll see what the judge chooses to do after this tripwire is broken. Senpai thinking about it, trying to get as much information as the raise nade will most likely be fired right after this tripwire is broke.
Might have heard a little bit of a step in that corner, so it's a question of whether or not they'll throw the grenade and actually try and do something of it. But Babies has he has the iPad out. The smokes were ready. They're going to break the tripwire, and they're going to get judged immediately. Par is lucky to get that trade. Mark gets a pair. That judge not going to do a huge amount for LOTU. So it's just a question of what LOTU will do from here. You have a 3-on-2, little do you know. And Totoro actually doesn't have the perfect weapon for the job. He is the one with the sheriff. So he's going to fall back into elbow, but has LOTU gained enough information to make a call here? It looks like they're just going to stall out a little bit, maybe cut noise, 3 long, look for the re-hit. If they can find clean at this angle and shut down that shotgun, they have a chance to make something happen.
Yeah, they will just take the TP away. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So we're going to feed right into Sabretooth here with the angle. The smokes comes out just to stall. The wall is good. Clean takes down Pars. So across the map, you're planting at your wall. You're just trying to get money. Babies is going to take down Lycus, and Sabretooth cleans it up. It's a messy round, but Fresno survives with 4, and they're tied up 7-all.
Yeah, I can't imagine you too upset about that. You didn't really lose too much econ, as Vandal will be invested on the side of Big Ol' Babies. Not matching his team's tempo here. We'll see if that costs him. I mean, if he gets 3 kills, I mean, you can't really complain as a whistle. Nice just judge round from Mark FPS. You're pretty happy about that play.
Gotta figure with the judge, they're probably going to be... finding a hole in that wall is pretty unfortunate from Agua, but it's really nice from Fresno, and they did what they had to. They converted on that round, and if they can win this bonus here, they're really setting themselves up in good position to win this game. But 7-all, we were asking for a close game. So far, this one is delivering. They are walking up so far through short. This dog
Mark
is clearing
FPS
all
with the
of
judge.
U-Haul. Yeah, and you know exactly where the damage is coming from. Here comes the wall. It's going to split site, and they're just going to plant at default. Fresno not really committing yet until Mark takes down Maxwell, but Pars is going to trade on the walkthrough. Sabretooth gets some damage down. Does he know about the second one? Pars coming through from showers is going to take down Sabretooth, and he's going to trip up onto Babies as Clean takes down one more on Senpai. Lycus is going to take him down, so it's all up to this flank from Totoro. Can he find a timing? And no, he'll be one-tapped down by Aqua. An 8th round for LOTU, immediately right back in their favor. They're not letting go of this lead.
Yeah, great round from LOTU, actually. Taking care of the Showers player a little after the plant comes through. Mark FPS does get 1 with his judge, but unable to get the second. Possibly a bit unfortunate. Unsure what happened there. But the fight's just really scattered on the side of Fresno. Not really concise efforts as they just get picked apart.
Well, man, this is a tough spot to be in. Fresno does not have the money to sustain something like this. They only have 4 people on the buy. They do have a full cipher set up, and they have their info being gathered very, very quickly from Long. Mark's going to send the drone in just to clear out Hookah if there is any presence, but little does he know there is nothing there, and Lycus is probing here on short, trying to find something with this Viper wall. As another half of LOTU walks up long and tries to find something. Will Pars peek into Totoro? Yes, he's ready for the first and the second. He's going to take down Senpai. Fresno State's initiator coming up huge on that ISO play. Flash through from Lycus is going to take down Mark, and he's going to double up on Big Ol' Babies. So the skies are going nuts on both sides. Maxwell's going to take down Sabretooth. This is a wide open bomb site for LOTU. They're looking to take off here. Totoro probably getting some redundant information here, but now he knows that Lycus is so far pushed up. He has to flash into elbow. It's a little bit labored so far, but he's going up into heaven. Let's see if he can find a timing onto the stage. He's not quite going to find it because of the wall, but then he does afterwards. Totoro on 4. He's on for the ace. Can he get it? It's just Maxwell in U-Haul. Clean, trying to sniff out as much information as possible. They know roughly where he is. The cage comes down first, trying to get the bomb down. Stick it to half. The molly comes down. He is going to be off the defuse, but he's just holding it, actually. Throws don't fake. 8th round secured for Fresno. Ace denied as Clean takes it down, but I don't think if you're Fresno, I don't think you're complaining about it at all. 8 rounds, the difference both ways now. Oh, sorry, 8 rounds tied up both ways now. This round and this game is chaos.
Yeah, 6 kills for across both skies there. Almost making the difference for both teams at one point in the match there. It's just great sky flashes. I'm not sure why LOTU chose to split their attacking there. It almost does go their favor, but it could have been costly if they won the first gunfight.
8-all. Mark, hold up in Hookah with his judge. There's going to be so much information gained from that Skydog. Here comes the fast engage from Long. They have the opportunity if they want to, but the Cypher Cage is going to dissuade them a little bit. Clean just hiding on site. Maxwell looking into Hookah. Going to run straight into the judge of Mark. So Mark's going to take down the first. Senpai is going to get into Elbow, but not quite. Totoro. Mark. Totoro again shutting him down. Par is the last man standing. The nade's going to go into long. And it is going to take down Pars through the smoke. Mark popping off right now to give Fresno their 9th.
Yeah, and I think that's just LOTU playing into what Fresno State can do there. As they pointed out earlier, the double smokes, you want to play a little bit slower. You want to default, you want to get information, make use of the Viper wall, being able to like stay relevant on the map the entire round, but they're not. They just chose to rush in, and maybe that's due to like maybe they just had a read, or maybe they had information, but Mark just in hookah with the judge, not answered.
And it's so difficult to push these guys out of their positions, right? You have the double smokes, but actually the double smokes of LOTU are giving Fresno an opportunity to be set up even farther, because you can play these shotguns in the smokes, and it's actually impossible to clear them out. Sabretooth's going to take down Aqua, just finding the elbow of him. Let's see how far they can get pushed up, as Mark is going to get some more info with that drone. Going to fall back after getting the ult orb. Nice ult economy there. The Skydog is going to go through, and it's going to be spotted, so they know where Maxwell is. Maybe they know where the bomb is for the side of Fresno, but Sabretooth is going to get reposted on this line, and once he actually gets there, you've got to assume that Mark is going to just let him cook, fall back to short, and then just play with the rest of the team. Cypher for Fresno has to move back fast. Here comes the first smoke. Totoro is going to take down Senpai. This is really, really nice. Totoro is going to reposition back towards Elbow. Lycus having to be patient. Now you know where the pressure is coming from. The pre-fire into Hookah, not necessarily going to find anything. So Clean, going to be very patient as we wait for this 3-on-3 hit to come in. Here comes the first flash. No movement off of that yet. The cage isn't even triggered, but the wire will be broken. Lycus pre-firing all the common angles. The other defenders for Fresno have not moved over yet, so if this gets a little bit ugly as Lycus takes down Mark, there is a chance for this fast engage. Totoro a little bit labored, but he is going to take down Lycus, and Maxwell will take down Totoro. It's up to Clean. Clean has to find this, but he's not pushing through the smoke until it's too late. Maxwell shuts it down. Maxwell gets a third onto Babies. You have to get the bomb down. Don't walk into that molly. Do not pull a 1G right now. That is not what we need. Walking out onto site is Sabretooth. He has the op still. Survival smoke is nice to give Maxwell the opportunity to escape. A secondary smoke will allow him even more room, but Sabretooth's going to take him down. Decayed, currently, it's up to the lowest fragging member right now. Or LOTU. Sorry, Pars. Not the lowest fragging member. Looking for the clutch. One-on-one. He's shut down by Sabretooth on the peak, immediately picking up their 10th for Fresno. Every one of these rounds, one bullet is the difference.
Yeah, you got to be kicking yourself there if you're LOTU. I don't know why the Viper chose to stay on that bomb. He had smokes there. He'd make use of those smokes and just walk off site. Have your Brimstone hold the smokes for you, and you guys can play together off site. But they chose to stay on, and that's what loses them the round here. Brimstone unable to clutch out the rounds, I guess. But Sabretooth with the clutch himself. Great round.
It's just such an awkward position to be in, right? Because if you run out of that area, you do actually get shut down really fast. Like you will be hunted if you run out of that smoke and you're just making tons of noise. These players are good enough to actually shoot you through the smokes. With that being said, you do have to assume that if you had somebody covering you, you would probably have, you would have probably been safe there. Mark perched up here with the op, so it has exchanged hands. He has a chance now to take down the short peak. He's going to be flashed off the angle, and the wall's going to go up. Senpai's going to take down Sabretooth. The man advantage going the way of LOTU this time is a nice change from the norm, as Mark is going to take down Senpai, and Babies is going to take down Lycus. Nice contribution from the controller here for LOTU. Slowing it down a little bit. Sorry, the controller here from Fresno. I keep mixing these guys up, man. The compositions are too similar. I apologize to the viewers. Mark is going to be patient. We're going to get the res now for Senpai. Man equality here. LOTU and Fresno alike. The pre-fire a little bit close with that off, a little too close for comfort, but it's going to be all four players regrouping towards short. How would you play this one out, Jake?
Yeah, I just want to see them re-hit the site, in all honesty. You have the ults on the side of LOTU. You can actually use the Viper ult to get onto this site if you choose, but there's so much space taken. The Showstopper is going to come through.
And it's not going to find too much. LOTU's duelist is super low. Mark is still holding the angle, but the Viper ult is going to come through. But the Molly is going to counter the plant position, giving Babies time to try and break that wall, but not quite enough. Pars is going to get this plant down reasonably uncontested, you have to assume. Senpai's peeking a little bit ahead of the play. The regen shields are going to heal up in time. You got to find Mark outside of U-Haul. See what he can do. Baby's going to take down Senpai. That is a bad death to have here. Fresno knocking on the doorstep of 11. Cypher ult coming through. Maxwell is at 1 HP. The damage not going to come through. Clean is going to take down Agua and Maxwell. 11 all but certain, and they will find the last two remaining players. Fresno on to 11 right now. They're running away with this game.
Yeah, I mean, no one's holding the U-Haul entrance into the Viper smoke, and the first kill going the side of LOTU there, or sorry, the first kill going the side of Fresno there, the Cypher ult's able to get the positions of all of the players, so Fresno just has full information on where everyone's playing in this post fight, and the kills just get quickly cleaned up right after.
That is a little bit overeager from the duelist from LOTU. He thought that he needed to make a hero play, but he had taken enough damage there to where just holding at man equality and playing inside the smoke with your Viper is probably the best thing you can do. They just needed one more person, a couple more bullets to go their way. Maybe they could make a round out of it. But instead, it's Fresno knocking on the door. LOTU needs a nice play here in order to swing it right back. The nade's going to force Clean off the angle, so they're going to run and take the U-Haul space off of that initiation. Lycus Dog going up towards Garden. Not necessarily find anything as Clean's going to fall back onto site. You have all 5 players. LOTU's duelist is going out first. He's going to get damage down with the first. He's going to miss the second, but Agua's got him with the cleanup. Totoro is going to take down Lycus. Skydiff right now, but the flash comes out and it disengages. It's up to a 4-on-4 now. LOTU needs to hold on to this site. Will they fight for more? Will they hold passive? The wall needs to be broken first. Babies looking for the ult. He's probably going to clear out back site. You have to assume. Where is he going to put it? It is going to be back site. Maxwell just going to stand in it, actually. And Mark's going to clean up a pair. Baby's going to tick in his own ult. And it's all up to Agua and Long. Has the FAMAS, CSGO style, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to get opt down. Fresno on game point right now. 12-8. 4 rounds the difference. They've got 4 shots at winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just LOTU just taking the site early. They're not really trying to play the game. They're not really trying to spread out, get the util out from Fresno, and they're just choosing to opt into the site where the Viper wall goes down. And it punishes them here heavily. Mark did get into such a great position to follow up after that Brimstone ult and cleaned up 2 kills after coming down.
It is dire straits right now if you're LOTU, right? You need 4 rounds in a row, but you can't think of it that way. You have to just say it with me, everyone. 1 round at a time. Yep, I know. It's the most tried and true statement, but Mark with 27 looking to close out here for Fresno. It's been a balanced LOTU attack. All their players are in double figures, but none of them are going positive right now. It's going to be difficult as a nice nade comes through on short, so some more chip damage is going to make it all that much easier. Flashes are being exchanged. Util is being exchanged on short, and Baby's going to take down the opener on Lycus. It's a massive find for Fresno's controller. LOTU just waiting patiently. Mark's going to take down Senpai this round, feeling all but certain unless Pars can come up huge. Mark's going to trade it back. Agua's going to trade it back onto Mark, though. That's the heavy hitter down. Sabertooth's going to take down Maxwell. It's all up to Agua. It's all up to the healer. Sage has to do it all, and she cannot. Sabertooth's going to take him down, and Fresno claims their win 13-8 in the first game of Group C.
Looking really good there for LOTU at the beginning of the game, but unable to clean out their attacking rounds, which I thought their comp would actually be a lot stronger. Unable to make use of the double smokes there. And again, just choosing to hit site after site right off the round start. They're not really working a default, getting information, baiting util, and it punishes them in the end. Able to only find 1 single round on that attacking half.
It's a difficult style to play. It's something that you have to be well drilled in. You have to have good practice with your controllers. You have to know where the information is coming from and what you can actually do with it. And it looked like LOTU maybe a step behind. They had a couple of rounds where they had neat ideas, but in the end, the superior gunplay coming through from Fresno State was enough to win out on the day. All right, so I'm being hurried away because we need to take a quick break before Game 3. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
planted. Last player standing. Last player standing. Flawless. One enemy remaining. Last player standing. Spike down A. Last player standing. Brimstone down. Blinded. Take it out. That's one enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Welcome back, everyone, to the third and final game of Moogie's Valorant Throwdown action for today. We had some Group B action, then we had some Group C action, and now we're right back to Group B. And we've got one of the teams from before. We've got Yapping Narwhals, who Jake will introduce in a second, playing against Straw Hats, who I will introduce after Jake makes it happen right now.
Yeah, so for Yapping Narwhals, we have Skyzo, Bay Popper, the Moonist Tower, Coister, Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent.
Not sure if I pronounced that one. VVSK and Various on the side of Yapping Narwhals.
Yep, and that is the roster that had a very, very strong showing against Hypercharged in game one of this triple header. And going up against them right now, we've got Straw Hats with Sunlucky, Wingsy, No Taod, AFW, I Like Stuff, and Tiny Moist. I'm not sure exactly which combination of those 7 players will be playing here, but if AFW is playing, might I mention our boy Matthew. I warmed up with him earlier, and if I were shooting back, I would have beaten him. No, that sounds super disrespectful when I say it like that. Matthew, we're rooting for you here on the desk. I mean, obviously we're super unbiased, but we hope he has a good game.
Yeah, so we have seen Yapping Narwhals play already in game 1, and if you weren't there, it was a little not close. It was 13-3 from the side of Yapping Narwhals. We said it before, Bay Popper just out with his knife. We'll see if that happens again, but they're choosing to play a very aggressive comp with one smoke being the Clove. We'll see if that continues into Lotus. Not really much information at all on the side of, well, the new team. So
yep. So you can only hope that there will be some more gunfights on Lotus. I cannot wait. I'm staring straight into the camera to tell you, I cannot wait to cast 20 rounds of fighting for A and C. I cannot wait for it. I'm getting closer to my mic. I'm getting more excited every second I have to think about fighting for one of these long angles. I cannot wait to see 20 rubble smokes and then 20 high flashes so that you can fight for the dude at Hobbit. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be thrilling. But hopefully both of these teams are more imaginative than I am. We can only hope for a more competitive game than the first one, and maybe with a little bit less gamesmanship, we'll say, than was shown in the first match against Hypercharged. Yapping Narwhals, again, the odds-on favorites to win this group, but it is still up for debate. I mean, anything can happen. 5 games left to play, right? There's everything to play for.
Yeah, we'll see the agent select hopefully soon, as both teams are just in lobby getting ready. We'll see if there's actually a Yoru on the side of Davis or the Yapping Narwhals. I like the Yoru pick actually, and it might be interesting. They might actually choose to go B. Crazy as it sounds, they might choose to use Yoru to go into B, but most likely
down.
not.
Yeah,
most likely not. We most likely will just see 20 rounds of A and C control.
I'm down to see some Yoru. I've thought he's a pretty sick agent ever since he came out, and he was useless on release. I've been rooting for him to be really good ever since. I do think that we're going to see some different smokes from before. The map is a fair bit bigger than the Pearl map, or at the very least, it's harder to smoke in between the sites in the same way. Will we get to see some Astra? Will I finally have my favorite agent be played here today? That's the question, but we are getting ready to move into game very, very shortly. Jake, do you have predictions for how this one's going to go?
One character, one agent. Teo.
Okay.
My 6
other than
big
that, I was
Teho.
talking about teams. I was not talking about Teho. I was not talking about booms, no concussive blasts,
I'm
no
not
rockets,
gonna give
no
my
nothing.
input. I'm not gonna give my input on the teams. I hope unbiasedly Matthew and the Straw Hats come through, but most likely, hopefully, we'll just see a close match at the bare minimum.
That's, I think, all we can hope for at the desk, and I think that's all the audience can hope for too, is that we have one more really nice, entertaining game. The first one being a bit of a blowout, put a bit of a damper on things, but with the second round with LOTU and with Fresno State playing a much closer game. I think it was 13-8. Was that correct?
Yep. It is
that was a game, and so having more games generally pretty good for people at home to watch. We love content in this household. With that being said, we're at 9 of 10 again, so we are once again in that position of where's our 10th, guys? Someone please summon our 10th. So with that being said, going to take a second to once again shout out all of our people at Xfinity, at Fifine, at Zotac, MSI, Valhalla, and of course the good people at the UC Davis Cinema and Digital. Sorry, can you run that by me again, production? Cinema and digital media. Those are my people. Real. They've supported us last year, and they supported us again this year to make things happen at the. Is it fair to say this is the biggest LAN event in Davis history? Wow, that's crazy production. Dude, and shout out production. Shout out Alex, obviously. Shout out Rachel. Thank you guys for making it happen. Thank you guys for making it so easy for us casters to just hop in here and for me to make a fool of myself day in and day out. I love it here. We're getting started in just a second. We are loading into Lotus, and I cannot wait for another game of Valorant. I cannot believe I'm saying it twice in one day.
Yeah, hopefully teams will make use of all 3 sites. I think that's just at the bare minimum what we can hope for, as we have a Neon being picked up from Straw Hats, actually. Yeah, interesting comps actually going out. There is no Astra to your distance. Oh, Sky's actually hovering Astra. Maybe we'll see one. No Teho yet picked up, but Breach seems to be, will most likely be the choice.
They're hovering
both
5
sides.
smokes.
Yeah,
They're hovering 4 controllers.
Yeah, that's a lot of smokes. Are there even 5 smoke characters in this game?
Yes, there definitely are. Show us the harbor.
Yeah, we'll see.
There will not be any harbor.
How far the memes go here on the side of Yapping Narwhals.
Harbor isn't even that bad here.
Perhaps taking this game a little too loosely. Interesting comp on the side of the Straw Hats here, actually. I do like the Neon picked up here, the duelist of choice for Wingsy. Only 1 smoke character, 2 initiators though. I do like the Breach and the Fade here. It's actually kind of going to be a potentially aggressive comp for them. No locked in characters yet for Yapping Narwhals. We'll see if Cloister does pick up the Harbor.
Oh, he's going to pick up the Clove. He's going to reprise his role from game 1. They're going to throw 15 smokes on site, and there will be no way to play the game at all. Those flashes aren't going to do you any good if you're the Breach of Straw Hats, as have a dodge. We have a world first dodge of Agent Select in Moogie's Valorant Throwdown. What are we up to here?
Perhaps someone just had some technical difficulties. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy, as Cloister did not lock in a character. We will be right back. There is technical difficulties confirmed on the side of Yapping Narwhals.
It's
Riot
so
client can't help it. It's been how many years since Valorant's out, and this client just is the gift that keeps on giving to us production. We clients not better, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. We love the game we play.
Wait. I'm getting a call from production right now. We are not allowed to be slandering Riot here on our game of choice. With that being said,
Hey, I said the gift that keeps on giving. That's
come on, guys. Things were going a little bit too smooth. If I said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Things were going too smooth. We got through game 1 uninterrupted. We got through game 2 basically uninterrupted. We had like a little tiny ping issue at the beginning. Game 3, the fact that we're here on schedule, making it happen, this is pretty good, all things considered. So we should just be thankful for what we have, and we should get ready to move into game 3 as soon as somebody loads back in.
Yeah, a few technical difficulties. There was a confirmed crash, I believe. It's looking good again. Hopefully we'll get into Agent Select again, as we'll probably see 5 smokes again. Hopefully it's Harbor and Friends instead of Clove and Friends, but you know, could be interesting. We'll see.
Harbor and Friends would make me very happy. I don't think it's better than Clove and Friends. But with that being said, you know, oh dude, how are they ever going to know which site we hit if we drop exec smokes on every one of them at the same time?
Confuse them and swing from all of them at the same time. You'll actually play 2 sites then.
There we go. And if you have Omen ult, it's like you can play both sides at the same time. Wow, this is going to be really, really interesting. But I guess, production, I have a genuine question. If you dodge Agent Select, are you allowed to change your comp? Do we have any rules on that one? That is so specific. Okay, well, since they didn't lock, apparently they can. So they're not forced to play 5 controllers. But with that being said, if it were Teho and Friends and it were 5 initiators, I would have laughed my head off. And I actually would not have been here on the broadcast anymore. I would be out in the hall losing my mind.
I don't see the issue. And yep, Brimstone insta-locked for Bay Popper.
Oh no,
and the
they're
smokes
actually
won't
going to
just
do
be
it.
held again. It's looking like it's gonna be a very smoke-filled map here going into Lotus.
You know-
Astra locked in. Ovid and Viper hovered. Can we get 5 controllers? Koister, hopefully not having technical difficulties again, but I wouldn't put it too beyond here. Our luck's been good, but hopefully it's looking like it's running dry.
You know, as League players, we should be very familiar
There
with
it
the
is.
fog of war. We should be very familiar that visibility is at a premium, and young Narwhals really out here, or yapping Narwhals really out here to show us exactly how little you should be allowed to see in every game of Valorant. This is going to be silly, for lack of better words. Where would you put these smokes if you had all 5 controllers, Jake?
Why not just cover the entire site and
Oh,
make
no.
the site just a living, breathing battleground of not being able to see anything? That's what I want to see. I want to see MS Paint on the map. I want to see giant circles filling the site as they walk on. Hopefully that's what we see here, but I wouldn't put it beyond.
You know what's going to be really cool, actually, is the Astra can dismiss smokes the whole time and just keep people guessing, is this a real smoke? Is this a dismiss? Oh, wait! Everything else is a real smoke! But there's so many different ways to catch timings here. The close smokes are pretty fast. You can pop the Viper one whenever you feel like it. The Astra can dismiss it. And honestly, if I'm Straw Hats right now, I'm losing my mind a little bit because I'm just thinking, how do you play through this? You just have to have really, really nice util working alongside each other. So, getting into game number 3, the last game of our triple header. Jake, you got predictions for who's going to win this one? Seeing Yapping Narwhals comp?
Sorry, I as a meme enthusiast, I have to go with the side of Yapping Narwhals. I like the controller comp here. Something actually interesting to watch as we see the default coming out, possibly to get some information on where the smoke players are playing.
Oh, what smoke player? You mean all of them?
Yeah, possibly all of them.
Oh, that's crazy.
And what do you know? A smoke on the side of C denying the early information. We'll see how many smokes keeps up here as smokes on the side of Yapping Narwhals are being placed left and right.
This is an interesting idea from the Narwhals to actually try and control the amount of vision that they have with the smokes being placed at the one-way position. So you basically have to fight through a one-way no matter what in order to get vision. But this is going to be a fast rotate from the Straw Hats back towards B because they know if you have no smokes, once the smokes fade, if you have no Sentinel, once the smokes fade, is Koister and Baypopper get a pair. And K-Man gets AFW. Wingsy trades it back. Koister gets one more, and Sun Lucky's going to be shut down by Baypopper. I got started talking about one thing, and the round is over. And the Narwhals have retaken the site, and it is 1-0 in their favor.
Well, honestly, not a bad showing from Straw Hats. It was a great idea, actually, to just pivot to B right after the smokes come down. Almost caught the Narwhals off guard as both their players were rotating from C to B. Just the gunfight's not going their way.
And the smokes might be down, but that doesn't mean they can't come right back up. And then also, the Narwhals, what they are lacking in stopping power, they are not lacking in judging ability. We are running 5 shotguns on Lotus with 5 smokes. This is going to be quite possibly the most evil round in in Moogie's history for sure. But in any tournament history, as they walk right into the smoke, they're going to be mowed down by the Moon and K-Man. Looking for one more. It's a full house. Flawless. The shotgun's coming out to play. But the worst part is, Straw Hats only found 2 of them with the judges. They're not sure that all 5 of them have one.
All right, now here's an idea. I think the Yapping Narwhals will actually just buy judges every single round of this half.
Yeah, and honestly, could you really blame them with the amount of smokes and the amount of cover that they have? Do they really need to play the game anywhere beyond their territory? No, just let Straw Hats walk into you and see what you can do here.
Yep, just cover yourself with the smoke and sit in there with the judge. Tale as old as time, and it seems like it will be the strategy moving forward.
I cannot wait for, like, if we could hear comms right now, hey, can someone throw me a survival smoke? Hey, can I get a smoke right here? Yo, can someone drop me a smoke? Dude, you can drop you the smoke. Like, you can drop yourself the survival, and then one of your teammates can do it, and then one of your teammates can do it, etc. So, Yapping Narwhals with a 2-judge hold, got the early damage, going to drop back on site. So it's going to be the Moon holding back here with the shotgun into the 17th smoke this round. Going to be dogged out by the Fade Prowler, so that's something. Koister holding a close angle. Let's see what they can find. They're not going to peek out any further. The shock is going to come through from the Straw Hats, but Koister is just holding here at Hobbit. If somebody goes through this door, camera, not quite going to be good enough, but the first shot doesn't come through until Koister does take down No, and then Sunlucky will trade it. So the Straw Hats are going to be mowed down by Bay Popper's Judge. It's another player's turn to shine. The one tap not quite coming through. Going to switch to the smokes, going to switch back to the Judge. So we got some more chaos going on here. K-Man trying to shorten the distance a little bit. AFW caught turning around and going to be judged immediately. Wingsy going to be traded by K-Man. Another round with a bunch of Judge kills. Yapping Narwhals up 3-0.
And it does not look like they will be buying Judges every single round as they choose to upgrade their guns with the ones their opponents provided. Yeah, just you can't really clear every single possible smoke in this game, I guess. You got to use your util to do so, but there's probably going to be a Judge on the other side that round.
Almost like having an info initiator. The weapons triangle, you know, of Valorant is running through the smoke, having the smoke down so you can stay around it, and then you know, having a hard and fast info initiator. And it turns out if you have 20,000 smokes, the info doesn't really do you any good, so you kind of have to face check it right into the damage. The Moon's going to take down the first one, and Cayman's going to take down Wingsy. So here comes the damage straight back from Yapping Narwhals. A dismiss, looking for the secondary peak. Sunlucky's going to take down Moon, but K-Man's going to trade it right back. Straw Hats needs to find one more kill here. If they can actually take down K-Man, which Sunlucky does, they do have an unlocked A site, but are they fast enough to take advantage? They're going to Cypher ult first, do some damage to the door. The Odin spray is coming through. Sunlucky's going to take a big chunk of damage, but he has the Phantom, and he's in a power position in stairs. Does Skyzo know? He is aware. He gets the first shot down onto Sunlucky. It's going to be all up to No on the breach. The smokes are coming down, but Skyzo takes him down with the wall bang. A 4th round to Narwhals in probably about 4 minutes, I would say.
Yeah, nice idea coming from the Straw Hats. Just it's just hard to get onto that site. The Ovid and the Neon holding true to their aim and taking out the players who swing through one of the various smokes they have. We'll just see what the Straw Hats do moving forward if they choose to go to a different site other than A here. Most likely, we'll just be looking for mound control onto C. I can't imagine anything else as we see a B stack coming from the side of Yapping Narwhals. We'll see how far they choose to go here with their guns.
They should conga line straight down mid, 5 Astra dismisses. Boom. Big gameplay right here. 2 smokes so that they can actually get worked up into that mid cubby and just have someone sitting there with a Judge, and you must pay the tax if you actually walk up there. It's a pull. It's a concuss. They know nobody's mid. They're going to make noise at the door, and there's the smoke train. It's like a caterpillar on the map. You just see them walking all around each other with the Judges, and they're like, wait a second. Nobody's here. They don't have anyone on A, but you don't have information on that if you're Straw Hats because you're not actually looking for anything at A long. The Omen ult's going to find nice information in spawn, and Yapping Narwhals are going to move everyone over towards the A site.
Yeah, the Viper Wall denying so much information from the side of Straw Hats, and they can't look through. There's no guarantee that there's no one behind the boxes on A, and we see Yapping Narwhals fill in A just in case there was someone pushing, as we see a B investment here. Straw Hats potentially looking to hit the site, but there's smokes. You're going to have to swing through one eventually. You can't let this round go down. There is a time factor. You have 40 seconds left on the clock, and there's no position being gained here. No ground being covered, and the Viper Wall will just be up in a second here. This is looking bad for Straw Hats yet again.
And you have rechargeable smokes everywhere on the map. If you don't have Viper Kit in front of you, Clove has the rechargeables. Omen has the rechargeables. You can section off so many fights. Baypopper is going to be allowed to take one more fight with the Judge, but actually is going to be shot up by Wingsy. Koister is going to get a pair, though, right back with the Odin. Unlucky making his way onto site. Koister's gonna get a 3rd. Todd's gonna take down Skyzo. So it is up to one last player. Straw Hats. Todd has to plant. He's going to be pulled off of it somehow, some way. His plant is going to be interrupted. Yapping Narwhals not interrupted. A 5-round streak. They're on fire right now with these smokes.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not much to say, is there now? Pretty much the entire round, Straw Hats are just confined to their spawn because they can't push through a smoke. They're just too scared that there might be a judge, a jury, or an executioner on the other side. And, you know, it's... what can you do at this point?
This is absolutely miserable gameplay if you're Straw Hats. This is so sad to play against. I'm going to ignore the Marvel Rivals pun. We are going to walk our way down with the smokes yet again. Yapping Narwhals taking up that entire mid corridor, because can you fight anywhere in there with the entire enemy team having judges? There is no counterplay. So you have to play these long angles that we were talking about. They're going to open the door, which honestly, I'm surprised there aren't 12 judges in there as well.
But it works out.
Yeah, we're going to trickle our way into tree, and we're going to fight the Omen, who has probably a judge at the point of attack. It's going to be Cayman. No, he has a Phantom. So this is actually a rarity here, and he's going to be shot up through the smokes. Wingsy's going to get the kill, and Koister going to just be trying to trade it back. Lucky caught outside of the smoke. He's going to get a full reload on that LMG. Shock's going to come through backside. Bay Popper with the off. Finally, some non-judge gameplay. 3-on-4. Straw Hats. Bay Popper's going to burn down Nose. Skies is going to take down AFW. It's going to be up to Todd again. He has the teleport, but he does not have the damage. Koister's going to walk peek him with the Odin. 6 rounds to Yapping Narwhals, and the game has only just begun.
Yeah, Straw Hats chose to push through that smoke, and on the other side, there was an Odin. It's just looking grim. You can't clear every possible smoke, but you have to some way. The Viper wall was down, and that's how they find their way into tree, but past that point, there's just, you can't do much.
So what would you do here, Jake, if you're on the side of Straw Hats and you are trying to attack this 5 smoke composition? Knowing that they're off the
willing to trade. You have to be willing to split sites, like work different directions, and one of you has to find an opening kill. It looks hard, but at some points you have to divide your forces, and that's what they're doing here.
Skies is going to take down No on the initial, though, and let's see if he goes for the re-peek. He's not quite going to find it. He's going to continue peeking until he finds Lucky, so the Cypher posted up is not going to find any more joy there. Moon just waiting on B site patiently. As the Astra Smoke dissipates, he'll have the opportunity to dismiss another one or set himself another one. The opportunities and the options truly are endless for this smoke.
Oh no, the
Oyster's
timing.
going to walk straight down into it, and Bay Popper's going to show him up. 6-0, looking like a 7th round. Moon's going to take down the first one. Wingsy's going to get the trade. Falling back, it would need to be an ace clutch if he is to make this one happen. And the Odin walk peek aimed at the legs is proving to be the strategy of choice for Cayman, and it's a 7th round for Yapping Narwhals. This defensive half for them is very, very strong, but it's difficult to call this top flight gameplay.
Yeah, to Odd just unlucky with the timing there. He held A for so long, and then as soon as he starts falling back, there's a 3 stack that pushes forward for Yapping Narwhals. The re-peek from Skyzo there, just, I mean, you can't really ask for much there. Fighting 2 with the off there, it's just, yeah. I'm at a loss for words.
Nope, it is pretty awful. It is pretty awful to play against, and it feels bad, you know, if you're one of these players. Oh, and they're going to go with some pace here, actually, so they are going to find a play with only 1 Narwhal on site. The Moon's going to be traded back immediately, so Wingsy's going to get the kill, and at the cost of just No. So can they find anything more with this man advantage? You got to figure they'll fight past these smokes, but will Narwhals actually put some more smokes down in order to continue giving themselves 1v1s? You're seeing smokes being placed every which way. Wingsy's playing inside of one with the pistol. He's not going to find anything. Koister's going to get the first. Traded back by Lucky, but here comes the res. Bay Popper's ult's going to find Todd. So here we go. Koister running down onto site. Going to hop on the bomb. No actual protection for it until Cayman swings down. Bay Popper's going to take down AFW. It's an 8th round for Yapping Narwhals. I'm running out of air. The smokes are suffocating.
Yeah, the MS paint on the C site, just as we get the Odin spam through. If you can hear me through this noise that the Odins are making, yeah, there's just too many smokes to hold, and Yapping Narwhals just swing through them, cleaning up the round. And Straw Hats are just unable to really hold any meaningful ground here, even in the post plant.
It's really unfortunate because that was another nice idea that Straw Hats had. They had the fast take. They got the 1-for-1 trade that they were looking for. They had position. And then the Narwhals kind of just waltzed onto site with all the smokes they could muster, and they threw them everywhere they wanted, and they won all of the fights.
Yeah, you have to find a way off site after the post plant. I mean, getting onto site's one thing, but past that point, you have to be looking to play aggressive. You can't let the controllers take space.
Oh,
the Odin spam through the wall as he tries to open the door. Just reading the heck out of him here from the side of Yapping Narwhals as we see a B stack coming through for Straw Hats. As soon as this Viper wall goes down and potentially the Astra smoke, I don't think they're going to get an opportunity.
It's a real smoke, and then you gotta assume there's going to be a pole placed in front of it. Moon's gonna get one. Sunlucky's gonna trade it though, so here comes the Cypher ult. Straw Hats, this is not the worst round that they've been in. They get the tap. They're going to see if they can move off of it now that they have the information, and Sunlucky has a nice position to take down Skyzo. They have the C site completely open. Baypopper and friends going to have to choose other avenues to attack, and there's a lot of information that Sunlucky is going to get into CT spawn, and he's going to find nothing here. So the only question is, can they catch the planter? And yes, they do, but not before the spike goes down. So it is going to be a 2-on-3. AFW is going to have to come up with a big clutch here. He's in a good position. He has the off angle. Will came and clear this with the walk peek. Yes, he does, but AFW shuts it down, and he's not quite ready for the second one. Baypopper is going to get it. Sunlucky needs to clutch, and Baypopper will shut him down. A 9th round to the Narwhals. 3 or 4 good rounds for Straw Hats, but the Narwhals are winning every one of them.
Yeah, Sunlucky just pushed into CT there thinking he'd find one, but as his planter goes down, he's just so far out of position. AFW and Sunlucky are just unable to trade off their planter, and that's what happens. They just die one by one. I mean, another nice idea, though, but, like, it's just no avail. Like, Straw Hats are just, I mean, they have good early rounding. It's just the kills come through later, and it's not their side.
It's just, it feels so disheartening, Straw Hats. Because I'm sure when you sign up to play something like this, you're expecting to actually have a much more competitive affair. You want to actually have the opportunity to show what you've got. And then the Narwhals are coming in playing a completely troll composition. And it doesn't actually matter because they are winning gunfights and they have the positioning advantage. And there's nothing the Straw Hats can do. You can't help but feel bad for them.
Yeah, I mean, what do you even talk about in this timeout? Like, what's the idea moving forward? What can you even hope for? Can you hope for maybe just a fast exec into a site where they're possibly not playing? Honestly, okay, so Yapping Narwhals right now, they are stacked on the A, and that's where they've been. Now, you can either choose to fight them here, or you can choose to explore Mound where there's possibly been an Opera every round, but you have the util to push them off. I'd really like to see Straw Hats use the Breach Stun early, take the C Mound and try to push that potential offer back. Now, I know that's not what the Yapping Narwhals are doing right now, but given their history, that's what could happen. As we see, oh, there it is. The Straw Hats will actually be working towards Mound here. We'll see what the early util usage is like.
No op this time from the side of the Narwhals. It's just Odin's instead. We are just going to continue firing down long range, providing suppressing fire, but is it suppressing fire when all of your people are doing it? I guess it is. The smokes are going to come in for the Straw Hats. They're looking to exec once the smokes drop, I say, as the smokes can be replenished for the entire round. This is interesting, to say the least. I'm not sure exactly what we're looking at right now. We're just kind of looking at Baypopper holding his iPad out. We're going to see the Omen ult finding very little information, actually. He's just going to TP in, break that tripwire, and then peace out again.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're looking like they're gonna peek this B, as Koister will have 2 in his crosshair soon enough. Straw Hats just holding true to their 4 right now. They're waiting possibly for some util usage, as we will most likely see in C hit here. B is yet again ignored by both teams.
Well, they have the A information super deep, and Koister's posted on that angle, so you have to assume that they're fighting into this 3 stack. Skyzo's going to take down Wingsy at the point of attack, and he's going to continue hurling bullets downrange. The TP up is going to be hidden by the box right now. Skyzo has the potential to be overwhelmed, and he will be by AFW. This is the closest the round will get, probably, because Koister and the Moon are making it happen once again. They've isolated every fight possible. Sunlucky's lurk is not going to find anything more. Here comes the cage. Nice pre-fire idea. He's going to run straight through it. He's going to yes, he does take down the Moon, but he is going to be taken down by Baypopper in turn. A 10th round for the Narwhals. It's looking all but hopeless for Straw Hats.
Yeah, B again just ignored. It's proving to be a 2-site map on the side of Lotus. So, you know, again, just you can't push through these smokes every single round. Baypopper just dropping all his smokes on site, denying any possible entrance other than the one with the Odin sitting in front of it. That's 10-0 for the Yapping Narwhals.
So if you think about it, it's 2-site map. It's no different than Lotus is usually. Hey, we've done it. We've gone so far around the circle. We've deluded ourselves so much that we're right back where we started. We're playing for A and we're playing for C. That's incredible. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind on air.
As we say that, there are two players that are looking to push through this Viper wall, and the AFW swings through and he finds no one. B is open. This is the site you can now plant on. You'll have to deal with the flanker from the Viper. He is pushed up so far on C, and this 3-stack on the
It's
side
the
of Straw Hats are
outlaw.
so corralled. So much information gained. They know exactly where they are.
Oh, and this is a difficult position to be in. The Moon is going to get one more. Bay Popper is going to wallbang yet another. Todd is going to lose that one against the Moon one more time. So it's all up to No and the Cypher for Straw Hats. And the Moon's going to go hunting. Sunlucky taken down already. Do they know where the last one is? He's going to swing out wide, and he is going to take down the Moon. So No needs a big clutch. And the Walk Peak with the Odins for the 17th time this game is going to find one more victim. 11-0. The Narwhals are trying to make this a perfect game.
Yeah, I really would have liked to see the Straw Hats just plant on B there. They're AFW, and I believe it was Straw or I forgot the other player, but they pushed up so far. They had B site under their control. They could have got a plant there, but they chose to stay on A, and Yapping Narwhals just know exactly where they are. The flank coming through on the scout is Skyzo. Just give them all the information.
It feels like there's nothing the Straw Hats can do, and the wall is going to make it even more suffocating. If you push past this wall, it feels like you will be taken down immediately, but Wingsy and Poister are going to be traded out a piece. Baypopper with the survival smoke going to push back in, and he's going to shorty down Sunlucky. Stimbeacon to get himself out of the pole. Skyzo's going to trade him back with the cover onto AFW. Here comes the ult. He's going to walk back forward. It's not going to kill anyone, but the Molly is going to force him into a corner, and Baypopper is just playing with so much aggression right now. The Moon is going to take down No. It's a 12-0 perfect half for the Narwhals. Do they have one more in them?
Yeah, Yapping Narwhals proving why it's a two-site map, making B look impossible to take there. Yeah, it's looking like a 13-0 if the pistols go their way.
Well, all you can really hope for here is that the Straw Hats pick and choose their fights perfectly. You never want to see a team get shut out, especially not in a competition like this. But the Narwhals have made it so difficult for them to find any amount of purchase with any of their util. How do you approach this?
I mean, look at the Yapping Narwhals here. They're just gonna walk along their Viper wall, possibly shrouded in darkness as they place smokes to light their path.
Smokes to light their path.
Look at the stars. There's 3 stars there. It's just, I mean, look at this. Look at this. They're literally walking through their smokes right now. It doesn't get crazier than this. Like Stewie 2K, Smoke Criminal, it doesn't matter. They're just through.
They're walking straight through it. The Moon's going to take down Nobody. He is going to trade back Skyzo from beyond the grave. Straw Hats have the health advantage, and Todd's going to take down Cayman before he's traded back by Baypopper. Koister's going to turn around to take down Sunlucky, so all of a sudden that health advantage is gone once again, and the Straw Hats are on the wrong side of the map. The A defenders who were at the point of attack are now being forced to scramble towards C. Can AFW catch this timing? He's going to get shotgun, but he is going to take down Baypopper. A heavy hitter for Narwhals, taken down now. Koister has to go huge here with 20 HP. You got to figure he's going to put up the one-way and play at the corner. Excellent. So now you have the water play coming through from Straw Hats, and they're making noise. They're making no secret of this. It's planted for CT, and they have all the smokes in the world. You got to assume it's going to be a dismissed double peek. The pole hits basically nothing. Nobody is on the site yet. Wingsy and AFW with a chance to clutch. Wingsy's going to be stunned up and taken down, and Koister is going to finish the job with the 3K. 13-0. Game to continue their Group B domination.
Yep, yet again, no site plans on B. But, I mean, what can you do? There's just 5 smoke players on the other team, and like I said, they placed their smokes, they walked right through, and they took every possible fight they could at close range.
That is one of the games of all time, and that is the only way to describe it. Well, with that being said, I mean, after a game like that, it's difficult to be high energy. I gotta say, I'm struggling a little bit to find the right words and the right tone for that, other than to say, good try, Straw Hats. Hopefully, better luck next time. But that was a difficult sight to watch.
Yeah, I mean, most likely we'll not see this comp again from the side of Yapping Narwhals. But hey, they might. There's a possibility we see these 5 smokes coming back again next week.
I think 5 smokes, like if you're going to pick any of like a given role, 5 smokes has to be the like highest win rate of the group because 5 sentinels you can't push anywhere. 5 duelists you can like take, but can you actually like hold anything? And then like 5 initiate, maybe 5 initiators would be a little more interesting. But with that being said, there's nothing else to debate here. I mean, the Narwhals showing why they are the strongest team in the group, why they're favored to get out ahead, moving to 2-0 on the day, 2-0 in the group. They've got themselves in a great position to be in first place of Group B when it's all said and done.
Yeah. And on the side of Straw Hats, it wasn't a bad showing. They had some good ideas, good calling. It's just, when you're playing against 5 Radiant players, it's a little hard. When the gunfights aren't going your way throughout the match, it doesn't really matter what agent you're playing.
And
But
when you
I
don't
think-
have a chance to take gunfights at all, you're getting wall banged from across long, you're getting shotgunned in the smoke, you're getting pre-fired by phantoms, and just no opportunity, no way back in there. It's disheartening, but that does not take away anything from what the Narwhals have accomplished. It was a great showing from them, and hopefully we'll see some more, maybe a little bit more conventional gameplay from them, but some more good gameplay from them in the future. Do you have anything else? Any other thoughts on how things have gone today, Jake? What did you think of your first full day here on the desk here at Moogie's?
It was fun. I think moving forward, it'll be interesting to see how Yapping Narwhals does against the other teams. Hopefully, they'll get some more competition. And for the other teams, I think it was fine. There were some good ideas. I really liked just the overall agent variety, actually. No comp ever looked the same. And it's exciting looking forward.
All right. Well, as we get ready to wrap things up here for day one of live streamed Moogie's VALORANT Throwdown action for the 2025 season, for the Run It Back season here. Any closing thoughts? Any teams that you want to watch more of from the teams that we saw today? Any hopes for what agents you see next? And do we have people tomorrow?
Production's unsure if we have anyone tomorrow, but I am looking forward to seeing the Straw Hats play again. I really like their ideas. They had some good ideas on the map. Overall, like I said, just the gunfights didn't go the way, but their agent ideas and their compositions looks fine, and I would like to see them play again soon.
Good. Well, hopefully, I mean, there will be 2 opportunities for the 2 teams that we saw lose to the Narwhals, for Hypercharged and for the Straw Hats to play against each other. So that should be a much more fun, and hopefully for both of them, they take out all their frustration from playing against the Narwhals on each other, and they have some absolute banger competitions there. With that being said, on behalf of myself, Jake, do you have anything else you want me to add, or should I send this out?
Yeah, send us out.
All right. Well, on behalf of myself, on behalf of Jake, on behalf of Alex, Rachel, and everyone else who's helping us out here on production, thank you all very much for watching. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow, but have a good evening and take care.
Let's say you're deep in a show, or a game, or the game, on a train, at home, at work. Okay, maybe not at work. Point is, at Xfinity, we're constantly engineering new ways to get the entertainment you love to you faster and easier than ever. That's what I do.
She kissed one up, she didn't
Is
like
that
it.
Love Island?
She didn't like it. It's like, how many people are you gonna kiss before you realise? I got it, 10! Oh my God!